listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give it to his mouth and a Rick Flair.
Thursday is the best day of the week. Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. You have to ask yourself, are you blessed? Are you blessed this morning? If you are even thinking about your answer, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. We all are blessed this morning, and so happy that you are joining us this morning here on 850 AM, 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. We're happy that you are on the Swain Event app, free for Android Apple devices, watching us live here at Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. And we're happy that you are streaming us at SwainEvent.com. Ben McKee, Jason Swain here with you from 7 to 10 in the morning. That's right. Not in the morning, in the morning.
The morning.
We are here for you, 7 to 10 in the morning. 865-200-5503 is our telephone number to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Benjamin, good morning, individual.
Good morning, Jason Swain. Today is a beautiful day because, one, we are Fred White days away from Tennessee football stomping a new you-know-what in West Virginia.
Whoa, Ben, wait a minute now. Hold on now. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me hold on, Ben. Wait a minute.
Don't do this to me.
Ben.
Don't do this to me.
We got 2 days away from kickoff, and it sounds like you are about to pick Tennessee to win this game. Wait.
Not at all. Hate to burst the bubble. I'm still picking West Virginia to win the game.
Pride,
but
huh?
I do think I like their advantages better than I like Tennessee's advantages. I know people are cussing me right now.
Ain't nobody cussing you, man.
My question to you early this morning. Yesterday I asked you Josh Malone or Robert Meacham. Today I ask you Todd Helton. He wore number 2, had a pretty successful career, I'd say, in a different sport. But, hey, he wore number 2 for the Vols. Or Kevin Burnett, Fred White, or Montario Hardesty.
Oh, man. Oh, man, I gotta go Fred White, man. He's a champion. What are you talking about?
Okay.
What are you talking about? The champ is here. Speaking of champ, tomorrow is Championship Friday with Fred White. It will never be duplicated folks can try to bring on a former Vol and try to have an extended period of time with a former Vol and talk Tennessee football, but you cannot duplicate Championship Friday. You just can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't be done.
Can't do it.
There's only one Fred White.
There's only one Fred White. There's only one Championship Friday, and that's right here in the Swain event. So Fred White will be joining us tomorrow. I know he's hyped. He'll be in Atlanta, not Atlanta, but Charlotte with all his boys. A ton of events going on from Friday all the way up to Sunday afternoon, basically. From a meet and greet on Friday to a watch party on Saturday, and then an after party on Saturday, and then a brunch on Sunday. My goodness. I'm going to church on Sunday because I'm going to need to go to church. I'm going to church in Charlotte. I'm serious because if Tennessee win, I'm going to need to go to church. If Tennessee loses, I'm going to need to go to church because I got some things on my chest this morning, okay? And I've been holding back for a very, very long time, a lot of frustration, and I'm going to celebrate if Tennessee wins. I'm going to be very upset if Tennessee loses. So I'm going to need to go to church, man. I'm going to church. Sorry, I'm not I hope everyone participates in all of the events, but I need to go to church on Sunday. And there's a really awesome church in Charlotte that I've been wanting to go to, so that's what I'm doing on Sunday.
Would it, not to get too religious on folks, but it would happen to be Elevation Church?
Yeah, I'm going to Elevation.
I listen to their podcast with Stephen Furtick all the time, and I wish I was staying in Charlotte for Sunday so I could go to a service there.
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives there, and he goes to Elevation Church, and he loves it. But I'll settle with Tim Miller in good old Severe Heights on Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah, you went in there too, man. 865-200-5503. Last night recorded a episode of Real on the Hill with John Bryce there at SwainEventPlus.com. Be a patron, be a subscriber to what we have going on. We just try to provide more. There's only so much time we can stuff in a interview during our 3-hour show with the commercials and things like that. And so we want to give you some conversation that is uninterrupted, that is commercial free, and we did that with our Swain Event Plus series. And so you get in-depth conversations with former athletes. Last week was Gerald Riggs. This week we got some good stuff for you too. I'll be hanging out with all the big time ballers, the legends over the weekend. So you just never know who will be on the podcast next. And then you have Real on the Hill with John Bryce, and he still has all the connections. He's not necessarily on the Tennessee beat, but he's beating the Tennessee beat on a lot of things because of the relationships that he continues to have with key people around the athletic program. So we dropped some nuggets there in the episode last night, and it is available there at SwainEventPlus.com. Don't listen to it now. We have a live show going on right now. You can't listen to it. But I will say this. We did address the uniform talk. Let me just say this. Don't take this the wrong way. Don't take it the wrong way. Just listen to me here. Don't take it the wrong way. Guys, we have praised this staff, Coach Fulmer, where we are right now, that we don't have gimmicks, that we have a real football coach, that we've moved past the gimmicks. So that means moving past the gimmicks means also that we as fans, man, we don't get caught up in the whole uniform talk all the time. Don't be so fast to get caught up in that stuff. Because I'm telling you, this staff, they don't care about that. So I know there's been a lot of talk. I know there's been folks to try to hype you up, get some attention, get you in your feelings about the uniforms. It's for nothing. The uniforms are not going to have any Smoky Mountains in the helmet. They're not going to have any checkerboard running up your backside, right between the right cheek and the left cheek. You ain't going to see nothing like that, nothing crazy.
Or between the cheeks.
You ain't going to see that. You ain't going to see Tennessee across the butt. You ain't going to see any of that. What you're going to see is a traditional uniform.
Tradition.
You're going to see some black cleats. You're going to see a traditional uniform. And that's it.
Black cleats.
That's what you're going to see.
Bleh.
That's what you're going to see. That is what you're going to see.
Now, if there is a quote-unquote uniform detail change, there may be a decal on the back of the helmet.
Yes, that was also shared there in Real on the Hill. This is the 20th year of the 98 championship team. We are honoring that team all season long. You see the season tickets. They're beautiful. They are themed. You might see a decal on a helmet. You might see something like that. But don't get yourself all hyped up, all emotional over some uniforms. We have plenty of reasons to be hyped up, plenty of reasons to be emotional, and that is Tennessee taking the field, trying to redeem themselves after a embarrassing season last season. So that's all motivation you need. That's all you need. Laughing stock of the SEC. You got West Virginia fans that are so confident, so cocky right now. That should be enough.
Do opposing fans factor into the team's motivation?
I don't know, man, because you have this element of social media today. And I know for me, if I was on this football team and I saw a fan talking reckless about me and my boys, I would use that as motivation too. Absolutely. You have to understand something. You always try to find things to motivate you and drive you. That doesn't mean that you rely on that. You got to be a self-starter. If you're going to make it in this league,
self-motivated,
and beyond, this league and beyond, whether you're going to go to the CFL or NFL or whatever, if you're going to make it in this league, the SEC, which is the closest thing to the NFL, you have to be a self-starter. Mm-hmm. You have to be a self-motivator. You can't wait for someone to walk past you. Let's say you're a lawnmower. You can't wait for somebody to walk past you and start you up every day. Pulling your cord. Come on, get started. Come on, get going. Nah, man. You got to be able to pull your own cord. You got to be able to start yourself each and every day.
That's what made Derek Barnett so great. If you had to pinpoint one reason why Derek Barnett is so great, it is because he is a self-motivator. That's the first tool that I'm going to describe Derek Barnett. You
have to be, man. You have to be a self-starter. And we have plenty of guys on this football team. Why? Is it because they're afraid of getting replaced because of competition? Maybe, and that's always good. Is it because they are motivated because of what happened last year? Absolutely.
Should be.
Are they trying to go to the NFL? Yeah, absolutely. Are they trying to go to the NFL more than maybe just playing for the school? Well, some of those guys may be doing that too. Do you care? Should you care? Absolutely not. You want guys to try to reach their goals, set out plans, and try to touch their dreams. You should want that. Absolutely. No doubt about that. 865-200-5503. But first, let me bring this to your attention because I think this is more important than anything that's going on this weekend. I think this is more important than the Tennessee-West Virginia game. What I mean is Taylor Robinson was a West Virginia fan. His family, his wife and his kid, they'll never see their father again. Taylor was one of the victims that lost their life there in Florida, the video game shooting.
The Madden tournament.
And there's a goal of $100,000 on GoFundMe. And Tennessee fans and West Virginia fans, we've been going back and forth talking trash because it's fun. It's fun talking trash. It's a part of college football, and you enjoy it. I enjoy it. Vol Nation, we pride ourselves on how supportive we are of our football program, of our athletic program, how prideful we are in our school, and how we come together. And our numbers, more times than not, is more than any other fan base when it comes to support. We are, and we should be, so proud of the fact that a 4-8 team last year, and we still dominate with our revenue. We still dominate with our support. That's because our fans are loyal. We have opportunity to use our superpowers for good here. And that is, combined with West Virginia fans and other college football fans, that is to support, to give to this campaign. Taylor Robinson not coming home. He has a little boy. He has a wife. And here's the time for us to step up. Here's the time for us to, just for a little bit, put football aside and help someone else. Taylor Robinson, the Robinson Fund, GoFundMe.com. Please go to Swain Event on Twitter. I'm going to tweet out how you can help, how you can support this family that is aching right now, this family that's shattered right now. And money's not everything, but money can help with some of the costs. Money can help with some of the arrangements. And this is what Vol Nation is built on. This is what Tennessee is built on. This is why we're called the Volunteers, because when someone else needs us, we put down what we're doing and we don't think about ourselves, and we go serve. And here's our opportunity to serve right now. So I'm going to tweet out the GoFundMe account, and if you can, just support them, help them, and pray for them. 865-200-5503, Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We'll take our first break of the day here on the Swain Event, and we'll be right back, so stay with us.
Hour one of the Swain Event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
When you or a loved one is injured in an accident, there are a lot of questions. There are medical bills, lost work time, damages. What will you do? You'll need someone who will have your back. Call former Marine Marcos Garza, 865-540-8300. The Garza Law Firm will be with you every step of the way. Put this number in your phone right now, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the Back to School sale at Better Mattress, happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The Back to School bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress Back to School bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with the representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. If you were West Virginia, how would you attack Tennessee? If you are Pruitt and Tyson Helton, this is how you're thinking. This is how you're thinking. Of course you know your strengths. Of course you know what you can do against them. But now you have to get into the mind of your opponent and say, okay, let me look at my own weaknesses and see how they will try to attack us. This is going to be a chess match between one of the best offensive minds in college football against one of the best defensive minds in college football. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. Really good game.
And I think even vice versa, Tony Gibson versus Will Friend and not Clay Helton, Tyson Helton.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a fun matchup as well.
Tyson Helton is a head coach in the making. He has a perfect opportunity. He's young. He's offense coordinator on a team that has a defensive coach, where the defensive coach is calling the defensive head coach is calling his own defense. And so Tyson Helton has a chance to really make a name for himself with a quarterback situation that probably isn't ideal to a lot of folks, but Jared Guantano has all the tools to be successful in college football and right here in the SEC. But if you are West Virginia, how are you attacking Tennessee? You know that Tennessee, man for man, they're better than you. Man for man. You put a helmet on a helmet. You line up, 1 through 80. Tennessee, West Virginia, talent leans towards Tennessee. You don't want to play Tennessee's game. You don't want to play inside the box, inside the trenches. You don't want to do that. You want to play on the outside. You want to get guys like Sha Tuttle, Alexis Johnson, Kyle Phillips. You want to get those guys running. You want to get those guys huffing and puffing. How do you do that? Share the ball on the perimeter. And that's why perimeter tackling is so important in this football game, and it is something that we're going to see week one be a problem. We're going to see week one for a lot of college football teams around the country, tackling is going to be a problem. Why? Because they don't tackle anymore. They don't tackle anymore in practice. There's no way that you can tackle full speed, taking guys to the ground the way you want to without having injuries. And so coaches have had to be really, really strategic, really smart in how they teach tackling and how to simulate full speed tackling without guys falling on the ground.
I was listening to Cole Kublik on the SEC Network a couple of weeks ago, and he said that going into last season, he spoke to a head coach that his team, entire fall practice, did not go full out once all fall camp. All full contact, did not do it a single time. How can you be a physical football team but not be full go once during fall camp? And that was a big problem for Butch last year. If I remember correctly, there were only about 3 practices, and maybe it's because of injuries, but there were only 3 practices last year where the team was full go, full contact.
You can't
have a physical football team.
You can't do it anymore, man. Guys are bigger, stronger, faster. You just can't do it like you did 20, 30 years ago. You just can't do it. That's why it's so important for your older guys to know how to practice, going thud full speed, making sure you have the right fundamentals in tackling. You hear Pruitt talk about, inside out, inside leg out, and running through the middle of the chest of guys with your face mask and seeing what you hit. Those fundamentals are going to be so important for us in this game, tackling in space. Our DBs, our corners, who are really bred to cover. When you think about cornerback position, it's about covering. You're not the best tacklers. All you care about is just bringing the guy down. You see corners all the time. They're some of the worst tacklers. They grab jerseys. They jump on guys' back. They look like a horse.
They hold on for dear life until help arrives.
Yes, and that's okay. But in this game of college football where there's so many passes thrown to the perimeter, there's so many bubble screens, there's so many RPOs where the quarterback lines up and there's either run call or pass it called. And based on the alignment of the defense, based on how many guys are in the box, if you feel like, okay, we have 7 guys in the box, well, there's a check to throw the ball to the outside. And now you have a block from the outside receiver or block from the inside receiver on the most dangerous man. And then you say, okay, let me go pick up 4 or 5 yards without running my head into a brick wall or running it into 7 guys in the box. That puts a lot of pressure on Alontae Taylor, Bryce Thompson, because honestly, I'm not worried about those guys covering. They can run. They're instinctive. I am more concerned with them tackling in space, because they haven't done it that much during fall camp. They haven't done it as much in high school without just pushing the guy down because they're bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic. So how do we tackle in space? If you're West Virginia, you want to get our big guys moving side to side. I would not be surprised if they either go deep first or first drive we see from West Virginia them going bubble screen to the left, bubble screen to the right, screen to the left, screen to the right, try to get our big guys running. Now, I feel like we can rotate. That's one thing that SEC teams have had the advantage over other conferences, is that they have the ability to go 8 deep. Now, can we do that? Emmett Gooden, Paul Bain, DeAndre Johnson, some of our guys who are listed on the second team, can they go in and be counted on to keep our first guys fresh? That's going to be the difference in this football game. If I have to play Shaw Tuttle 80 snaps, that's not good. I want to be able to substitute Shaw Tuttle. I want to be able to substitute Alexis Johnson when I need to, bring someone else in, the drop-off not be too significant, add pressure, keep my guys fresh, rotate for 4 quarters. That's what I want. But if you West Virginia, you know you can't just line the football up and run against this front 7. You can't do it. You don't have the dudes. We heard yesterday from Keenan Cummins, covers the team for Rivals. He said, yeah, West Virginia has his offensive line coming back, and they're supposed to be good on paper, but they've been inconsistent. Do you expect West Virginia to line up and just run the ball for 4 quarters against this defense? No, I don't. So you have to think in the minds of Jake Spavital. What is he going to do to generate some plays? Well, getting us tired. Getting us tired is one method I think they will try to implement. Now, how do you simulate going up against an offense that is predicated on the total number of plays, snapping the ball with more than 15 to 20 seconds on the play clock? I expect our guys to be gassed the first drive. I really do, because it's the first drive, and the first game of the season.
There's so many other elements. Adrenaline going, first game of the season. If I'm West Virginia, I take a shot deep, first play of the game. I test Alontae Taylor, or if Bryce Thompson is on the field on that first play, I test them. I try to get into their head on the first play of the game.
I understand doing that. I wouldn't do that if I'm West Virginia, because the ball hits the ground. It is now 2nd and 10, where if I just throw a little bubble screen out there and I pick up 2 or 3 yards,
you can open things up.
I mean, you're second. It's 2nd and 7 now. You've given yourself a little bit more breathing room on 2nd down. 2nd and 10 is not as good as 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, and so you can do that. Big risk comes with big reward.
Right.
If you're successful, that's great. But looking at West Virginia's offense, looking at our defense, putting myself in the shoes of their offense coordinator, I'm going to try to get our big guys moving side to side.
Mm-hmm.
I want them moving. I want them going east to west, screen left, screen right, run to the to the off tackle to the right. Run to the off tackle on the left. I want to get the big guys moving because I think that's how West Virginia thinks they're going to be successful.
And I think the thing with that is I think Tennessee's linebackers are quick enough to get out there in time to kind of relieve the corners or the safeties, whichever one is lined up on that side of the field. I think Batuli, Sapp, if Kirkland Jr. plays as he is expected to, I think they're fast enough to get out there and really help out the DBs with those tunnel screens, bubble screens, and whatnot.
We're gonna see some chess being played because you're gonna get two fast flowing defenses with those bubble screens, with some of our runs. And what's going to be the counter off of those plays that are called? So, for instance, West Virginia, they're going to go and throw a bubble quick to the left. If they see the backers flowing really, really fast, what's the action off of that? What's the play fake off of that? We're going to see. And our defense players will have to play very disciplined, very smart. 865-255-03. Let's go to the phones. Let's get to Eric from Chattanooga. Eric, good morning.
Hey, Jason. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. How are you?
Good. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Really excited about the season coming up, and I thought what better time than now to break the ice with you guys.
I like it.
All right. So I always like hearing your player perspective, and there's something about this team that reminds me of the 06 team, and I think it's because of maybe 05 having some expectations and failing to meet those, and then coming into a big game to start the season in 06 against Cal. And so since you were there, I'd love to hear if you draw any correlation to this. I know that Philip Fulmer was the coach from one year to the next, so it's not quite the same. But you did have a new offensive coordinator, if I remember correctly. So,
yes.
Is there anything about this team that reminds you of that? And is there anything that from a player perspective, maybe that fans wouldn't think of going into a big game like this? And I'll just hang up and listen.
Thank you so much, Eric. I think one thing that the experts have not factored in is the fact that these guys last year, I hate using the word quit, but that's what happened. And everything that went wrong. In 05, everything that could have went wrong. I don't know if people quit, but it's hard to go to work every day when you're losing. It's hard to go to practice. It's hard to go to class and do things that you're supposed to do when you're losing. I mean, we lost some really, really close games. We lost by a score to Florida. We lost by a little bit to, I want to say, was it Georgia, or did Georgia get us pretty good?
What year is that, 2005?
05. We lost some pretty close games. I remember when we was playing Notre Dame, leading up to that game, Charlie Weiss was the head coach, and he said, man, this is a good football team. That record, don't let it fool you. They are a few plays away from having a better record. We lost some really close games that we shouldn't have lost. But we had talent. We didn't have the chemistry.
You lost 27-14 to Georgia.
Yeah.
You lost 6-3 to Alabama.
Yeah, lost some close games.
16-15 to South Carolina.
Close games, man. And so my point is there's talent on this football team. There's talent on that team. And for the entire offseason, this program has heard everyone ridicule them. They've heard everyone underestimate them. And all the hype is about West Virginia. Remember, we went up against a Cal team that had Marshawn Lynch and Deshaun Jackson and all these studs. Brandon Meebang was a first-round pick. They had a lot of great players. They had a corner that was one of the top players in the country. And that fueled us. That motivated us. That drove us. What's the leadership on this team going to be like? I think we're going to get a clear picture. I think we're going to get a clear picture of our leadership. I know Kyle Phillips has stepped up. Who are the other players that's going to step up and push this team? Because Pruitt can't hold your hand out there. Who's going to step up? Thanks for the phone call, Eric. We'll try to touch more on your question and your comments. We have Around the SEC coming up next here on the Swain event.
Hour one of the Swain event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. Or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not available in all states.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's. Or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live. Don't just hear the show, see the show. That's Swain Event TV.
Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
All right, it's time for Around the SEC, where we highlight some notable stories from around the conference, outside of Tennessee, of course. Sometimes it might be Tennessee. But today, we are going outside of Tennessee. Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is their website, 42nd Design. The only company I trust with my branding. If you're looking for a company that specializes in website design, branding, or anything in between, give Mike a call. His telephone number is 865-382-7007. The Swain event website is being revamped right now. And last week I had a chance to sit down with Will, one of their website design team members. And we basically took everything that I like with our current website. He presented some ideas. He showed me kind of what they specialize in and what we can do. And it really expanded my imagination. And I'm looking forward here in about 3 weeks to get a rough draft of the website. And so it's custom built. You turn on TV and some of the national commercials, some of these big website brand companies, they have these templates, and that's great. It's easy for folks, but it's even easier. It's even better to have it custom made to fit what you want to do. And so that is what 42nd Street Design, that's what they do there. So give them a call, again, 865-382-7007. Let's go to the phones, and let's get to Travis first, and then we'll take a look around the SEC. Travis, good morning.
Hey, Jason, Ben, Charlie across the pond. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good sir.
Man, it is getting to a boiling point right now as far as excitement and this West Virginia game. You just look all over social media, man, guys are firing off. Man, it just can't sleep at night almost. But what I wanted to get to, Jason, you were just talking a little bit about leadership and Kyle Phillips and, who might else step up. I mean, you would imagine Daniel Batuli, but one thing that's kind of bothered me, and it's not fair to really judge off of last year, and I really don't even want to speak on last year, but I would really like to see Garantano, step up and be a real leader. I know he was a freshman last year. Is that an excuse? I don't know. But I'd just like to see a little bit more out of him from that, and obviously, a few vocal guys, maybe a little bit like what A.J. Johnson was. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, great weekend, and go Vols.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Really, really, really appreciate that. Do we see freshmen turn out to be leaders? Not every day, but we've seen Trey Smith be that guy last year. We saw over there at Georgia with their quarterback, Jake Fromm's, go in first day and kind of lead the troops. And you have special people like that, special football players like that who are leaders. They are leaders. And that's going to be a difference for this football team. I think there's talent. Yes, we are more healthy. Pruitt said that entering this game, there's no one injured. Everyone's available, and that's encouraging. But it's going to come down to leadership.
It's a first.
Yeah, it's going to come down to leadership. It is a first in a long time. It's going to come down to leadership. Going back to our last caller, Eric from Chattanooga, he asked about the 05-06 transition. And I'll tell you something that was different. The one thing that was different was that people were not talking about the NFL at the beginning of the season. They were talking about the team. And that's sometimes a gift and a curse to have a bunch of NFL players because they can start to think about the NFL way too early. And I thought that happened a little bit in 05. In 06, the seniors made a pact to each other. We had several guys that we knew were going to play at the next level, but to put that on the back burner into the right time. We understood that the 98 team, they had a lot of guys play in the league because they won, and that's what we need to focus on the most. When we went to the weight room, went to the locker room, I don't know if those pictures are still up there today. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. But there used to be pictures of all the successful Tennessee teams, and we would pass those pictures each and every day, going from the locker room to the field, locker room to the weight room. And I remember we had a group of seniors that we all stood right in front of the 98 team photo, and we just point out all the players who played in the league. That guy, boom, that guy. Kind of like 30 guys on that one team. And we told each other, if we just worry about being good, the rest of the stuff will take care of itself. It was leadership. When we finished walking through the Power T, not Power T, but doing the Vol Walk, right before we ran out the Power T, against Kyle. So we finish up the Vol Walk, we come down to the stadium, and I remember we formed a huge circle around the Power T, and we prayed. Now let me rewind that. Right after fall camp, as we started to prep for Kyle, I went in to Coach Former's office, and I said, Coach, I want to do this a little something different. Is there any way that one night you can turn the stadium lights on and we can get Joe Harrington to put together like a little highlight film of where we came from to where we are now, put a little highlight together with some of our fall camp moments and clips from practice and things like that. That as a team, we kind of sit there and we watch there on the Jumbotron in the stadium. and we spent some time together. And I remember talking to Jerry Dickey, who was at the time the football ops guy. And he was like, man, Jason, it costs some money just to turn the lights on. And I remember looking at him and saying, so, y'all got money around here? This is Tennessee, man. We got money. I think it's worth this moment to cut the lights on and kneeling for this moment. So they agreed, and I think I set the time at like 6 or 7, 8, I don't know. And everyone met at the stadium. And we went into the stadium. They played a highlight. And Joe Harrington, the VFL Films, man, they were the best. The VFL Films still are the best. And they played a highlight film, a hype video. And it showed some of our downs from the season before. But it showed us working together and pushing together and fighting together in fall camp. And then afterwards, we circled around the Power T. We held hands, and David Yancey led us in prayer in that moment. And every game, starting with the first game, we finished walking, doing the Vol Walk. We come to the field in our suits. We circle around the Power T. David Yancey led us in prayer. We did that every single game that year. That was a difference. That was a difference. It was leadership. It was togetherness. That's the difference it's going to take for this football team to go out there and play differently than they did last year. With some of the same players, some of the same talented players, it's going to be how they play together. It's going to be how they love each other, how they are willing to play for one another, play unselfish. That's what it's going to take to go out there and beat West Virginia. And I think they can do it. I really do. I really do think they can do it. 865-255-03. Leadership. Who's going to step up? I hope it is Jared Guantano. I think he has enough pull. He should have enough respect in that locker room by how tough he played last year, getting beat up, taking hits. We saw how his offensive line was picking him up and other players were picking him up. That shows you that they are starting to respect their quarterback. If Jared gets cooking a little early, gets some rhythm, and this team starts to believe in Jared, man, watch out. Yeah, watch out, West Virginia. Watch out. 865-255-03. We got Attaboy coming up next.
Hour one of the Swain event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
There is a 50% chance of rain today, mainly afternoon, partly sunny with a high of 88 and a low of 70. Tomorrow, the chance of showers decreases to 40%, partly sunny with a high of 87 and a low of 68. Saturday, there is a 20% chance of precipitation with a high in the mid to upper 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement, or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
If you've ever had surgery, you may have experienced sticker shock when you received all of your bills. There's one for the surgeon, one for the facilities, one for anesthesia. The list goes on, and it can be totally overwhelming. Thankfully, Premier Surgical Associates offers a different way. Premier offers packages for laparoscopic gallbladder and select hernia procedures performed at the Premier Surgery Center on Paper Mill Drive. It's one price, one bill, and you know the total cost up front. It's exceptional care at an affordable price. Visit PremierSurgeryPackages.com right now to find out more about all of the excellent services that they offer. Premier Surgical Associates, expertise you can trust.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, it's time for Attaboy here at the Swain event where we highlight some positivity. And so, Ben, I'm going to let you go first, and then I'll go, and then we'll get to the phone. Attaboy is brought to you by Premier Surgical and PremierSurgical.com. Really simple packaging. Pricing packages there at Premier Surgical. Go to their website, PremierSurgical.com. It's easy. You know exactly what you're signing up for. You know exactly how much it's going to cost before you even go through your procedure. So just make sure that you go to PremierSurgical.com. If you need any type of medical procedures, you just never know. Premier Surgical will be a better option for you than going to the hospital. The hospital, you get bills 3 weeks after you get out, 4 weeks after you get out, a year after you get out. Bill here, bill there, bill there. With Premier Surgical, you know exactly what you're getting. It's one price, one bill. You know the total cost up front. And all procedures are performed at Premier's convenient and accredited office-based surgery center right there on Paper Mill Drive. Premier Surgical, PremierSurgical.com. All right, Ben, what you got for Attaboy?
Just a quick Attaboy. I enjoy highlighting former Vols that suffered during the Bush Jones era. And Andrew Butcher has been named a starter at Kennesaw State. So just happy for him, happy to see him. I know it's Kennesaw State, and that's a big step down from Tennessee, but he's still playing football, something that he loves, and he overcame a lot of injuries and worked hard to get to where he is today. So attaboy to Andrew Butcher.
Yeah, folks don't understand that going through what these players went through the last 2-3 years, it can affect your love for the game. Like, you can just not like playing football because of what you dealt with. So we got that on, we had to deal with that on our team with guys who were playing on Saturday. But, Nico Kramers, who's now a captain there at Eastern Kentucky, and now Andrew Butcher playing at Kennesaw State. Man, kudos to them.
Real quick, I've mentioned that I'm going to the Duke Army game tomorrow night. The starting tight end for Duke tomorrow night is Daniel Helm. My
attaboy goes to Kurt Magid, who has signed a deal with Saskatchewan Rough Riders there in the CFL. I think Rough Riders is the best mascot name in sports, if you ask me. But congratulations to Kurt Magid. Let's get to the phones. We got about 3 minutes to fit in 2 calls. So let's make the points quick and to the point. And first we have we got Daniel. Daniel, good morning. Daniel there?
We should have Travis.
Travis there? Anyone there? Hello?
Nealon Mafia.
Is anyone there? Going once, going twice, whoever's there.
I'll put him back on.
Call back.
Nealon Mafia, that's you?
We got Nealon Mafia?
That's Daniel.
There's Daniel. Hey, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. How you doing, Jason? I'm from South Carolina. I live right here in the midst of all these Gamecock, Clemson fans. But what I want to call about today is I live about 45 minutes from Charlotte, but unfortunately my daughter's birthday is Saturday, so I have to put the priorities in order.
Absolutely.
And so I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm going to be able to watch it on TV, and I really think that Tennessee has a shot. I think Tennessee is going to line up. I think they're going to run the ball. I heard your touchdown and turnover about sacks, and I believe we'll get somewhere between 3 to 5 sacks on them. I think we're going to hit them hard. I think we'll hit them often. And I we're going to go to Carolina. We're going to beat Carolina. And I heard some other talk show on a podcast. I drive a truck, so I try to listen to some of the podcasts. And he was talking about we should play second and third strings against Georgia, Auburn, and Alabama and just rest the starters for games that we need them for. And I don't believe that's the case. I think we have a shot against everybody, including Alabama. Any given Saturday, somebody could be beat. You see upsets all the time.
So a podcast said that we shouldn't play our starters in those games and just rest them from the beginning? Daniel, is that what they said? Wow, if that's the case, what a loser.
That's an interesting mentality.
What a loser. What loser will say, hey, you're going to play Alabama, Georgia, and this team, don't even play your starters, play your backups because you know the outcome. What a loser, man. That's not a winning mentality. Golly. Whew, that's poison, man. That's rat poison right there. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful out here with what you listen to. Think about this, how stupid that sounds. You're not gonna even try? Play your starters because you're gonna just take a L before the game is played? Wow. I hope that's not the case. I hope I heard that wrong. 865-255-03. Hour 2 is coming up around the corner here on the Swain event. Stay with us.
If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols. Get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take
right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hulk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK?
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt.
Are you serious, Coach?
That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
All right, we got touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. Today's touchdown turnover, we will make it about former Tennessee quarterback, not wide receiver, Josh Dobbs. We saw Teddy Bridgewater traded yesterday to the New Orleans Saints. Looks like they're going to go with their rookie quarterback. Josh Dobbs is in a similar situation. We already know Ben Roethlisberger is the guy. They drafted a quarterback in the first 3 rounds from Oklahoma State.
Mason Rudolph.
And they have Landry Jones and Josh Dobbs on the roster. And are you going to have 4 quarterbacks? Are you going to carry 4 quarterbacks? I don't think the answer is yes. I think someone's getting traded. If it is Josh Dobbs, touchdown turnover, Josh Dobbs will be traded to the Raiders. And he will be joining up with John Gruden. Touchdown turnover. Do you see Dobbs as a Raider?
Touchdown that Josh Dobbs gets traded. Touchdown that it is to the Oakland Raiders. And he'll link up with John Gruden. And Vol Twitter will lose its mind. The Raiders have Connor Cook and E.J. Manuel on their roster currently at 2 and 3 on the depth chart, but they have not impressed this offseason. And in the past, John Gruden has loved him some Josh Dobbs and going through the draft process for Dobbs. He said that I would love to get my hands on him. He, to me, is a great sleeper in this draft. So I think that the Raiders are going to end up keeping Connor Cook. And that if they want their quarterback on their roster, they'll go out and get Josh Dobbs. And Gruden will try to turn him into I guess in that situation, he'd be just a really solid backup because David Carr's not going anywhere.
No.
And then just a little more context on Dobbs. He is starting tonight against the Panthers practically for his job. His job is on the line tonight because I don't The Steelers obviously aren't going to get rid of Ben Roethlisberger. They're not going to get rid of Mason Rudolph because they just drafted him with the 3rd, 4th round pick. And Landry Jones is the backup quarterback the Steelers feel the most comfortable with out of Rudolph and Dobbs. So Dobbs is unfortunately the odd man out. But, I mean, I guess there's a scenario where he could play himself into a job. I know the Steelers would love to bring him back on the practice squad, but I doubt that will happen.
If I'm Dobbs, that's me, man. That's me. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Because you know what? You're auditioning for 32 teams. Every day is an audition. Every day in practice, every game is an audition. An audition to continue to get paid. He's auditioning to stay on the Steelers, so that's one team. And then he's auditioning for the other 31 that may want to trade for Josh Dobbs. That's why you play Dobbs right now. That's why you start him, is to show other teams that, hey, man, there's some value here. Look at him. Look at what you can have for a cost. So I don't care if Dobbs gets traded or not, as long as he stays in the league. And I think he deserves to stay in the league. And I hope he puts himself in a better situation to where he can continues to develop and get those checks. I'd say touchdown, man. I think with Reggie McKenzie there with the Raiders and John Gruden, who has followed Tennessee and had Dobbs on the Gruden quarterback camp, I think he'll find his way to the West Coast.
There's no GM in the entire NFL that has seen Josh Dobbs play more football than Reggie McKenzie.
That's true. No, that's true. I got a feeling he might go to the Titans too.
Well, Luke Falk is butt booty terrible, he could be the 3rd string quarterback for the Titans.
I got a feeling. All right, let's get to the phones. Let's get to Daniel. Daniel, good morning.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing great, Daniel. How you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing all right. I guess my reporting credibility took a little bit of a hit when J.J. Peterson didn't show up Monday or Tuesday, but
that's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. You went by what you saw from Peterson's Facebook account,
exactly.
and that's why it's best just not to report on J.J. Peterson if you want to keep your credibility, because normally, people tell you information and then you're able to confirm it, and then if you have a really good source, you roll with it. But the man himself said that he was coming and wasn't. And so if you report on what Rush Probst or J.J. Peterson is going to say, then you've probably been wrong about 3 or 4 times already. You need to find a source inside of the NCAA clearinghouse. That's what we need to find, because until he is clear from those guys is when we can expect him here on Rocky Top.
According to his Snapchat last night, he is on the way this morning.
Whatever, man. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care, man.
I'm at that point, too.
The game is in 2 days. He's not going to play. I'm loving that he's evolved, but I can't worry about people that are not here. I mean, think about that. I can't sit here and worry about a guy who, even if he comes today or yesterday or last week or 2 weeks ago, he's not going to play. He's not ready to play. So I hope he comes, but I can't sit here and wait for him and refresh my phone and call my same contacts asking them, hey, man, what's JJ going to do? Listen, there's other guys that are here that are ready to go.
Yeah, and I mean, me personally, I've just got my mindset that even though he's probably going to end up coming, I just got my mindset that he won't be here, so it won't be that big of a deal if he doesn't come, and if he does come, it's just an added boost, So, but with the West Virginia game, real quick, one of the things that I noticed from watching their film, another thing I noticed from watching their film, is, actually, no, not from watching their film, but looking at their roster, and we don't really know for sure what their 2 deep is going to be, but, the heaviest guy on their 2 deep on the defensive line is their backup nose tackle, and he's exactly 300 pounds. So they got the heaviest guy on their 2 deep defensive line is one missed meal away from not even being 300 pounds. So, I just don't see those guys being able to get past Trey Smith and Brandon Kennedy and Drew Richmond. So I don't know. I've changed my score prediction like constantly, so I really don't know right now. But are you going to give a score prediction on Friday?
Yes, I will. I mean, Tennessee is winning in my opinion, but I will give a score prediction. Yes, I sure will. Yeah.
Right now last week if you'd asked me, I'd have probably said West Virginia by 7. But right now, I just feel like, like you said, on paper, there's matchups in West Virginia's favor too. But just with the matchups that are in Tennessee's favor and the fact that there's probably even more going on in practice, that's good stuff that, people that see it can't really tell everybody. But, just with all those factors, I'm going to say right now, Tennessee 35, West Virginia, I'm going to go 31.
Okay.
So I'm locking it in right there.
I like it, man. I'm not – so many people look at the offense for Tennessee and go, man, I don't see how they're going to score 30 points. I don't see it. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, why not? Why does the offense have to be the one who scores 35 points? Last time I checked, kickoff return can score a touchdown. Last time I checked, the punt return can score a touchdown. Also, a defense can score a touchdown. So you may not need all 35 points from your offense.
Yeah. And we know how much pride or how much effort Jeremy Pruitt puts into causing turnovers. So the defense scoring a touchdown is obviously not out of the question. You saw the year that they won the national championship. Their second, the one before they won last year.
2 years ago.
They had what was it, like 12 or 13 defensive touchdowns that season?
Yeah, I think they led the country.
And it was week after week after week they scored a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, and it was non-offensive total. So they had it special teams, they had it defense. It was all over the place. But anyhow, y'all have a good one. It's game week, and I'm so excited I can't hardly stand it. And y'all have a good one. Go Vols, and I'll hang up and listen.
Hey, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate your phone call. Really, really do. Chris Anderson, who covers West Virginia for 247 Sports, will join us at 9 o'clock here in the third hour on the show. So we'll talk more West Virginia with someone that has a front row seat to that football program and this football team. 865-200-5503, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. When I look at these two teams, I look at Tennessee having the weight advantages in a lot of areas. I think we are fast too. Are we faster than West Virginia? I don't know. I would say just say no. Okay, we're not faster than the West Virginia. Just say no. I look at this as two boxers. One boxer that if you split the ring in half, or the octagon, you split the ring in half, it will lean towards the one boxer that has that one hitter quitter, that one piece that will put you to sleep, that uppercut, that one hit, it's over. So what do you do if you are the opposing boxer? Well, you want to get the other boxer moving. You don't want to split the ring in half. You want the ring to be full. You want to go rope to rope. You want to make that guy chase you. You want to, challenge his endurance. Well, same thing I think here with Tennessee and West Virginia. If you're West Virginia, you don't want to split the field in half and play the game inside the trenches for 4 quarters. You want to play with the entire field, east to west, north to south, all 53 yards from sideline to sideline, and all 110, 120 from end zone to end zone. That's what you want to do if you're West Virginia against Tennessee. If you condense the field into a half, you're going to catch a one-hitter quitter. You're going to catch that from Trey Smith. You're going to catch that from Brandon Kennedy. Shot Tuttle, big boys up front, who's going to lean on you for 4 quarters. So you got to understand what West Virginia is going to do and what they have to do to win. I saw the what's that called? The FPI?
Yes, Football Power Index.
The predictor on ESPN where they got Tennessee with a 40-something% chance of winning.
It's higher than what it was a month ago. All right. It keeps slowly creeping up.
What's going to be tomorrow?
50-50.
50-50.
And then Saturday morning it's going to be 55-45 Vols.
50-50. It's 50-50. You feeling it? I know you feeling it in the air, Ben. I know you want to beat the Vols, but you can't because all summer you've been talking about West Virginia. It's okay.
I mean, it is part of a pride thing, but my gut is just telling me that Will Greer and David Sills and Gary Jennings are going to have big days. That's what my gut is telling me. My heart is telling me Tennessee. My gut is telling me West Virginia, and I'm sticking with my gut.
Okay.
And I pray that I am shunned on next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, and the week after that.
I can't wait, man. Let's go back to the phones, and let's get to Sergio. Sergio, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
What's up?
Man, it's going to be 90 degrees today, and I'm walking around town with my full wool on. And it started yesterday with you guys. You and Ben got me all riled up.
I'm sorry, man. I may be wrong, Sergio. I'm telling you. I may be wrong on Saturday. Tennessee may lose. But what I've seen, I'm going with my heart here. I'm going with my eyes. I'm going with my heart. I'm going Tennessee to win this game. And I'm sorry if I lead you wrong, but I feel like Tennessee can win this game. I like our advantages. And I'm fired up, man. I apologize to whoever made the podcast that suggested that Tennessee not play starters against Alabama.
Somebody said it was Butch Jones.
And Georgia. But today's a wrong time to bring that to my attention.
Correct.
Because I'm fired up. I'm ready for some football.
Yeah, that's ignorant. I think I heard somebody else talking about that. Yeah, that's just ignorant talk. But we got some favorable matchups, and if these guys, come out with a different attitude, and I'm with you, Jason. Last year they got punched in the mouth early against Georgia, and I think that was when that's when the quit got started. And I think if we can get just a couple of plays to go our way, and the defensive backfield to play up to Terry Fair's expectation and leadership, it can happen. It could not even, be a contest, in my opinion. If we can rattle Will Greer early, but, that's why the ball's not round. It bounces funny when it hits the ground. So we shall see.
We will, man. I think Pruitt is confident in the plan they have together. I mean, I think they prepared well. I'm sure Dana Holgorsen is confident in their plan. And on Saturday, we'll see whose plan works, who's going to play to their strengths the most, who's going to take care of the football. I think last year West Virginia was second in the Big 12 in turnovers given up. And so they got to take care of the football. Obviously, we were not great on offense either, so we had to take care of the football.
Hey, Jason, one observation I've had, and I'll get out of the way. My wife works down on campus across from the complex in Andy Holt. She goes to work at just an ungodly hour in the morning. And her car was in the shop, so I was taking her to work last week. And, when I drove by the complex, that top floor where the coaches' offices are, the whole block was dark, but that coach's suite was lit up like it was noon because they're in there doing work and getting work done. So it's not going to be for lack of preparation. With these guys, and that's exciting because we haven't had that in a while either.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win the game on Saturday, but I know for a fact that West Virginia coaches will not outwork Tennessee's coaches. I can tell you that right now. These coaches go in about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and they don't leave until after midnight the next night. And if you read the Casey Pruitt article, like the one thing that I took from that article is that they don't even see their dad or husband until like Wednesday, and it's for a little bit. And then there's some days he spends a night in the complex. When Pruitt was hired, and I started to talk to people that I know from Alabama, who knows Pruitt, and this may be hard to believe, but when you consider how he handled being named a coach, recruiting for Tennessee, and preparing for college football playoff, I had people telling me that Pruitt outworked Nick Saban when it comes to the X's and O's and being in the film room. I had people tell me that. And you kind of look at how he handled that transition from defense coordinator at Alabama to head coach at Tennessee. I'm not going to disagree with that. Does that mean that Pruitt is a better head coach than Nick Saban? Hell no.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Nick Saban is the greatest of all time. So, no, that doesn't mean that he's a better coach. That just means that he's a grinder, and he would outlast everyone else in the Alabama coaching staff in that meeting room because of how hard and how long he works on film study with the X's and O's. And so that's very, very encouraging heading into this game, that at least we're going to be prepared pregame and prepared to make adjustments during the game. Yes, adjustments. I know you've never heard of that word before associated with Tennessee football, but yes, I expect us to make adjustments.
Amen. Guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Sergio.
Sergio, tell your wife to tip us off when she sees J.J. Peterson on campus, please.
Oh, man. Whenever he comes. Whatever. All right, let's go back to the phones this morning. 865-200-5503. And is this B-Mac?
It is B-Mac.
B-Mac, good morning.
Good morning, Swain, from the land of Japan.
Oh, my goodness. I am so happy to talk to you. For those that don't know, B-Mac is dedicated to the Swain event. He's dedicated to hitting up the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. B-Mac, tell us where you are calling from this morning and tell us what you're using to call us.
I'm calling the internationally known broadcast of the Swain event. I'm calling from Takasaki, Japan. I'm about 2 hours outside of Tokyo, and I'm calling over the Skype app.
What time is it over there?
It is 9:20 at night, Swain.
Are you near Camp Zama? I lived there when I was a wee little lad.
I'm about an hour from Yokota Air Force Base.
Okay.
Is about where I'm at. Yep.
Wow.
I listen to you guys every night, man. Enjoying all that stuff you guys are throwing out there, and I'm just getting pumped up and excited about the new season, Swain.
Wow. B-Mac, thanks so much for calling.
What time will you have to wake up to watch the Tennessee-West Virginia game, or will that be during the day for you?
No, I will get up at probably about 3:30 in the morning to listen to the pregame, and then 4:30 a.m. is the broadcast here in Japan for the ball game. So I'll be up watching it early in the morning.
With a pot of coffee.
Yeah, a pint of coffee, Swain.
A pint. I got you, man. I got you. So, B-Mac, what's on your mind today, man? The floor is yours.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and ask you a question. I guess it's a two-part question. I know you've been talking about JG getting the nod for the game opener.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I wanted to ask you, after your assessment of watching the film on West Virginia, how would you think that Tyson Helton would attack the West Virginia defense? How would be a good way to get JG in a rhythm early in that? And then second part of that, I wanted to ask, if JG struggles early in the game, do you think that they'll pull him quick and put Chris in, or do you think they'll stick with him regardless? I appreciate you guys taking my call. Love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll be listening, and God bless.
Much love to you, B-Mac. Much love to you, man. That's what it's all about. Wow. Humbling. The time difference and making the effort to call us on the show, that's pretty cool. I don't think Jared Guantano has a short leash. I don't think this quarterback race was really that close. I think that there's a chance that McBride or J.T. Stroud can pass up Killer Chris by the end of the season. I think that's a possibility, to be honest. With all the high praise that Pruitt has thrown JT's way, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. If you are Jared Guantano, you cannot go into this game fearful of making a mistake. You can't look over your shoulder after every throw. You can't look after your shoulder with every check. You got to play free, and you're going to make mistakes. You want to make those mistakes full speed. You want to make those mistakes that's not putting up points on the board for the other team, but you're going to make those mistakes. You can't play tight because you're afraid to mess up. You can't do that because you're going to mess up. The hope is that you grade 80% or better, because if you win 80% of your reps 8 out of 10 times, you give your football team a chance to win. So you're going to lose some. You're going to lose some battles. You're going to lose some matchups. But you want to win most of them. And so I think with Dominic Wood-Anderson, who I don't think West Virginia should be able to cover. Now, they have some guys who are quick, who are fast. They play a 3-3-5, so that means they're going to have more secondary players. So they may be able to not allow Dominic Wood-Anderson to run past them. But Dominic Wood-Anderson is 270. You mean tell me he can't run up on a safety and put that big old butt on him,
and Jason Kroom him
like he's getting a rebound, and box him out and catch the ball when the ball is thrown on the right shoulder? Absolutely. So I think you get Jared in the rhythm, by some of the short throws, even some of the screens to the wide receivers, a hitch route on the outside. I think that's how you get Jared Guantano in a rhythm. Maybe even a rollout to where it's a run-pass option, and if it's not there, you let Jared tuck it and get himself 4 or 5 yards. I think those are ways that you get him in the rhythm. Ben?
I was just going to add, we had Chris Lowe on yesterday, and maybe it was last week when he mentioned it, but Dominic Wood-Anderson may be 270 pounds, but
he can run.
The kid can run. Right. He doesn't run like he's 270 pounds. He runs about like he's 220 pounds.
West Virginia, they have no film on Dominic Wood-Anderson as of all. They have no film on Brandon Kennedy as of all. Of any film. Dominic Wood-Anderson, I think, will be important in this football game. We will take a quick timeout, go back to the Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready, alumnihall.com.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live. Don't just hear the show, see the show. That's Swain Event TV.
Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready. Shop online at alumnihall.com. Follow them on their 3 social media platforms at Alumni Hall UT. That is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. 3 locations here in Knoxville, Westtown, Turkey Creek, and Paper Mill. Now, speaking of Alumni Hall,
I heard you took a little trip yesterday.
Yeah, I did take a little trip there. Yeah, I got my bag right here actually. So, let me just show you what I got.
It's all black. Now, hold on. Before you pull that out, I saw yesterday was Volstorm's birthday, and he posted what he received from Alumni Hall. So I'm going to be let's pick a winner to see who had the better trip to Alumni Hall.
I mean, he had the better trip because it was his birthday.
That is true. Fair point.
Yeah, no doubt. So
that looks clean.
This is what I got. You know, they got some retro stuff there in the back. And man, it's fantastic. So I had to go with the retro T-shirt right there for those who are checking us out on Swain Event TV. So I went with the retro 4X right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Old school helmet. I like it.
It is not medium like Charlie's shirt. I'll tell you.
Notice how I didn't wear the same shirt as yesterday.
No, you didn't. So I went with that shirt right there, man. Sharp stuff right there from Alumni Hall. And then Volstorm will like this. He will love this because I got some orange. I got some orange, man. I got me some orange.
About time.
Got orange up there, man. Don't be doubting me.
The real question is, will you actually wear it? Because, like you said, you do have orange up there, but you never wear it.
I'm not gonna pay for this stuff and not wear it. I got to wear it, man. All right, so I got this shirt. I love this shirt, man. This thing is slick.
Ooh.
You like that? Look at that. Look at that right there.
I like that.
Look at that. That's with the pocket, little T-shirt with the pocket, the power tee, man. The two-tone orange right there, man. Woo! Fine bomb. You hear me, Fine bomb?
Which one are you going to wear? Fine bomb.
Fine bomb. When I come on that set wearing this orange, Fine bomb. Woo!
Fine bomb.
Fine bomb. That's what they call. That's what they say when they call them up on the hotline.
Pow.
Pow. Fine bomb.
Pow. Did you hear what Jason Swain said about the turds?
Fine bomb. I'm coming on there wearing some orange. This is my wife's shirt right here, and this is my wife's stuff right here. You know, if I go with the family, you know I can't just get stuff for myself. I got to get stuff for them, too. And then I went with the VFL orange hat, Volstorm. In your face, Volstorm. That's right. Got the VFL hat right there. Boom, ready to go.
Now, can you rock that on TV or no?
I'm not going to wear a hat on TV.
Okay.
That's not the Swain Event brand.
What you should do is you should wear it to the set, and then you should take it off right before you go on, because you won't have a problem with worrying about your hair when you take it off like I do. So what you do is you set it on the table right in front of you so everybody can see VFL.
I mean, listen, I have a polo shirt that is on hold at Turkey Creek. It is orange. I have it on hold. That is a shirt that I'm wearing on Fine Bomb. And, yes, it was confirmed yesterday that I will be on the set of the Paul Feinbaum show Friday there in Romere Bearden Park right there in Charlotte. That is where they will have the SEC Nation set up for Saturday's game. That is where Feinbaum will broadcast his show. And so it's time. It's time to talk Tennessee. They are appreciative of the opportunity. Was on there last year, Georgia week, that Friday. And I'm looking forward to being on Feinbaum show on Friday, tomorrow. So pumped about that, and I'm glad that they reached out to me to have a person represent Tennessee, I think, in the right way, and not getting on there, making excuses and making it sound like we just lucky to be on the same field as the other team. Damn that. We deserve to win. That's why. This is Tennessee. Will we win? Maybe, maybe not. But we deserve to win because our guys work hard. Our guys put in the time, the energy, the effort. We've prepared our butts off. So, yeah, you deserve to win. You deserve to win. Go out there and play your butts off. But got my orange. Got my orange right here, Volstorm. You see any black in this pile? Look at that orange. Look at all that orange, Volstorm.
Now,
take that.
My mother requested that you show what the wifey got so that the women know what is available at Alumni Hall.
Man, what? I don't know if my wife want me doing this, showing her stuff all out like this, but this is what she got.
You can blame it on my mother.
Man, she just got a nice, orange. What do you call this?
I don't know. A shirt.
Just a shirt.
It's just a shirt to me.
It ain't a blouse or anything. Is that what you call it? I don't know, man. But she got her. Amber Stripe Cold Shoulder is the name of the of the shirt. But it's nice, man. It's nice. It's good stuff right there. And then she got herself just a nice little shirt here. Tennessee shirt. So yeah, she got herself hooked.
She's ready
up
to go too.
She's ready, man. We're ready. It's a family affair. So we're gonna lace up the girls, the babies, and our 10-year-old today. We'll get them set up for the trip. Anyways, let's go back to the phones because the phone lines are packed, and let's get to.
We've got Volstorm and then Turkey Man.
Volstorm, good morning. In your face.
I'm so glad that I had such an effect on you that you actually bought orange?
Fallstorm, do you know how hard it was to pass up some of the nice black polos and T-shirts I saw in that store last night? And by the way, I went twice. I went once with my family and once without them.
Do you have?
Huh? I got a lot.
So how many of those do you have?
Yeah, I got a lot. I went twice yesterday, Volstorm. So I went with my family, and then we got home, and I went back. I went back a second time, and they were like, welcome back. And I was like, well, I'm here now without my family. Now I can focus and concentrate and really make these purchases. So I left the first time with like a hat and my wife's stuff, and I went back for the second time and got some more stuff. And I put a polo on hold at the Turkey Creek location. So I'm ready to go, Volstorm, man. I picked up some orange for you.
So you had to go back to get 1% better.
I got 1% better, man. 1% better. That's it. Not 1.5, just 1.
Well, I'm calling in for some counseling this morning, and before you ask, no, I'm not hungover from volleyball day. I'm fighting between, hearing all the positivity, hearing about, having a good coach, all this, that, and the other, but I'm still fighting back the last 5 years of, fans and people on the radio, not necessarily you, building up all these expectations. So it's like I see this wool coming out, and I'm like, I'm reaching for the scissors. Cut some of this wool off. So I need you to, kind of sway me one way or the other.
All I can do and say, all I can do is go by what I've seen in practice and how they've worked and how it is a classroom. And Pruitt has talked about how it's night and day difference in the way they compete. If they compete like they have been over the last 4 or 5 weeks on Saturday, then I like our chances. They have repped so many times. You build muscle memory when you physically do it. Just like playing golf, just like shooting a basketball. You build muscle memory. And our guys have repped so much that there's not a reason why guys should have a ton of bust mentally. Shouldn't be a problem. You have physically prepared so much that your fatigue shouldn't affect your mind to where you do have those mental lapses and those mental errors. I don't want to set up the expectations that if we lose this football game, then, oh, my gosh, boo is, woe is me, and here we go again. Tennessee's the same old Tennessee. Because Tennessee can play their best, West Virginia can play their best, and Tennessee can still lose. That's a possibility. Tennessee can play their best all season long and win 7 games, can win 8 games. Tennessee could play 75% their best, but if they play against a team that plays 70% of their best or 65% of their best, they may win. One thing I can guarantee you, that this coaching staff is on the same page. There's no infighting like we've seen with the past 2 or 3 coaching staffs where you got guys talking about each other, behind each other's back, and they don't trust the head coach, and the head coach is, talking behind his assistant's back and really, dogging out his own assistants to people. That's not going on. These guys are united
and confident,
especially on the defensive side of the football. They speak the same language. That's one thing I go into this football game knowing, and that's very, very comforting that they'll be able to make adjustments on the fly. I don't have to worry about a head coach threatening to fire a coach on the headset during the game. I don't have to worry about that because these guys are going to work together. That does not guarantee a win, though, because at the end of the day, it's about the execution that is carried out on a football field with the 11 wearing orange. And so I understand, Volstorm. I really do, because you take your cup off for 5 minutes and then, whoosh, you get a swift kick in the man region. I mean, it happens. But think about all the times that we have opened ourselves up and we've won games. We won the Virginia Tech game. We won the Florida game. We won the Georgia game. We beat Georgia twice. There's times that we have won games when we didn't enter the game maybe pessimistic, or we entered the game with the wait-and-see approach. This game, I just feel confident in. That's not to say that I'm going to feel confident against Florida, Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, Missouri, but the matchup in this game
Vanderbilt
makes – I ain't talking about no damn Vanderbilt right now. I ain't even mentioning them, man. But the
I think my kind of the way I'm looking at this is that as long as the boys are able to go out there and you can tell they're giving their all. The coaches are giving their all, the players are giving their all. Win or lose, as long as we are proud of the effort that they put out there, I think it'll be a good day, win or lose. You know, I don't want to go out there and have another, you know, UMass win or whatever where it was like, yeah, we won, but you know what I mean?
Or the Appy State. I mean, yeah. Your hair should be on fire. First game of the season, especially neutral site game, playing against a top 20 opponent, a quarterback that may be drafted in the first round. I mean, you should be playing with your hair on fire right now.
I will say, this game against West Virginia, though, there's no possible way that Tennessee could win this football game, and I would look at it in a disappointed manner.
No. But what Volstorm is saying, there was times when it looked like our team didn't even want to be out there.
Correct.
And that is discouraging. These players have put so much work in. This is supposed to be fun. Saturday's not supposed to be, you know, work or dreadful or you're not looking forward to it. It's supposed to be fun. All the hard work you put in, you get a chance to put it on display in front of the world on Saturday. So this is like the icing. This is like dessert. This is the dessert. You've had your vegetables all off season. You've done all the hard work when no one was watching. Now you can show folks, okay, this is what we've done in the off season.
Yeah.
This is the dessert. It's supposed to be fun.
And the good thing about this staff is you mentioned, and Volstorm did as well, against the UMasses and against the Appalachian States. Those guys looked like they didn't want to play. Butch Jones allowed those guys to continue to be on the football field. Under Jeremy Pruitt, guys that look disinterested will not play.
You know what? I'm picking up on some comments from Pruitt that suggest that you're right. Playing multiple guys, maybe a quarterback, playing multiple guys there in the front, the offensive line, maybe a couple different guys punting. That means you better perform. Mm-hmm. That means you better perform, and you better play with maximum effort, and you better compete. You better compete to the echo of the whistle.
Tells me no promises were made.
Because if you don't, you'll be replaced. And I like that. I like that. Sometimes you need to play out of fear. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes, you know, fear helps you. If a pit bull chases you, you may not think you fast, but that day you're going to be fast because you're trying to outrun that dog. So sometimes playing out of fear is good for you as long as you don't let it control you. Let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals.
Good morning, individual.
Hey, I tell you what, it's like going to Dead End Barbecue, and you get the menu there. You like to have options. You know, I said I want banana pudding, and then okay, I'll take the beans. You know, you have some choices over the other sides, but this game is like the banana pudding.
Yeah.
Because we've had cornbread up to this point.
Okay.
And now we're having banana pudding.
I'm with you, Steve.
Hey,
I'm with you.
And I'll tell you what, we're going to give them that Judy chop.
Judy chop and an Indy chop.
Yep. That's right.
That's right.
And we need to play, Ben need to hunt up Kung Fu Fighting.
Okay.
And we'll play that after a while, if that's all right.
Some Foo Fighters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I tell you what, I seen Paul there here a few weeks back. He said that he was talking about Kirby Smart, and he said that Kirby Smart said that after Pruitt's stay at Georgia and things that he had implemented made his job easier. So I wondered what all he implemented at Georgia that Kirby Smart can't take credit for. in that one regards. The other thing is I know what that we're gonna bring up the heat, and I like that we've got oars in place, because if we got oars in place, then we have options, just like the size.
Yes, you got options.
I'm glad that we have oars in place.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we have been learning how to strain.
Yes.
And maybe you can comment on straining. I mean, we've been putting the effort in. We've been straining, and so then we're gonna have that built in, the muscle memory of how to strain. And I've got a real question here.
Okay.
I mean, not that these ain't been real questions.
Yeah, I'm with you,
real questions. But I asked this the other day, Scott Wilkerson. I listened to him yesterday. He's a new show, and I listened to him. Did a good job, by the way, on your show, on the station you're on. But anyhow, I asked him. I said, and this would be probably more. You could answer this because you have watched practice. You've watched it, and if you won the coin toss, now it's supposed to be, I think you said possible rain, but you won the coin toss, and you're Jeremy Pruitt. I personally would always like to have it start in the second half, have the ball. But under this circumstances, with this wide open offense, and would you want the ball first to establish time management and build and moving the chains, taking time off the clock? Would you want that, or would you want to let them have the ball first? And how would the weather play in? Because Seth Stoke will be, I'm sure he's got on top of the weather for the game, and you probably already know that what it's supposed to be. How would you be, Jeremy Pruitt, your first game? You win the coin toss, you taking the ball, or you defer in the second half?
Turkey Man, you too hyped this morning, Turkey Man. You're too hyped this morning, Turkey Man. I got you. I'm taking the ball if I'm Tennessee. I don't want Will Grier on the field. I think Turkey Man just ran not a double move, but like a quadruple move. And I was the corner. I was in his hip. I was following him. I was right there. He didn't lose me, Turkey Man. He didn't lose me. I was right there with you, man. That was like a quadruple route. It was like a post corner, post corner, post corner, post corner.
With a ton of pump fakes from the quarterback.
I mean, my goodness, Turkey Man's fired up. I like it though. Let's get to.
We've got Rod in Kentucky.
Let's get to Rod in Kentucky. Rod, good morning.
How's it going, fellas?
It's going great, man. How are you?
Man, I don't know if I can follow up Turkey, man.
I don't think you can either, man. Turkey asked like 15 questions, made 15 comments without even taking a deep breath. That was impressive. He's pumped.
Man, I feel like how Cat Williams was talking, like when you in a Chrysler 300 and you pull up next to a Phantom, you like, I don't even want to be on this street anymore.
I'm with you, man.
Don't worry, I'll wait. So here's my thing when it comes to this year. Like, I know it's a brand new year, and you can't always look back at what's happened in previous years.
Correct.
But like, you do got to kind of look at, based on the guys that we still have here from the Bush Jones era, you got a couple guys that aren't too far removed from going 9-4 back-to-back seasons. You got a couple guys who are not too far removed from losing 4 games by less than 24 points. So you got guys on the squad who know how to win. Now, last year was a complete debacle, and I know sometimes the whole 4-star, 5-star gets a little bit overrated. But you got guys on the team who were under a coaching staff that didn't know how to develop them. Man, I'm going to be honest with you, with what I've seen from this staff and how they develop talent, having researched places that they've been before. Dude, I think we're going to win 8-9 games this year. Like I really do. I think you got talent on the team. You got guys who, if Pruitt's able to sort of repair that confidence and really teach these guys, man, I think sky's the limit. Now, if he comes out, he only wins 5-6 games, I'm not going to be disappointed because it tells – I mean, I am going to be disappointed, but I'm not going to hold that against him because that just goes to show just how far the program fell under Bush Jones, and he still got some work to do to sort of clean up the culture. But, man, everything that I see, everything that I've been looking at, man, I think he's got the right culture, the right mindset in, and, man, I think he's going to do it.
Wow. Rod, thanks so much for the phone call. One thing that stood out in Rod's phone call is, he brought up how what happened last year may not matter as much. Really good point bringing up guys on this football team that experienced winning in the 2016 season, that experienced the expectations. And what went wrong? You had the talent, but it was the discipline. It was the togetherness that made you fall short, made you lose to South Carolina after a bye, made you lose to Vanderbilt with the Sugar Bowl on the line. So you know what that feels like. That's like me understanding what the talented football team in 05 going to 06 and doing some of the things that that we didn't do in 05 season. Think about this. Malcolm Jenkins is a Pro Bowl safety for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, which is huge for Philly fans. Tony Basilio, I don't know how he got a Super Bowl T-shirt the next day.
I think he's still hungover from the Super Bowl.
But he had it. I don't know how he had it, but he had it. He's a Philly guy, so proud of the Eagles. And that's great, man. They won. That's awesome. They have not won, I don't think, ever. I don't know. But Malcolm Jenkins said he hates the Super Bowl poster that's in the locker room. Why? Because he's beyond celebrating. James Harrison was on a sports show yesterday.
Cowherd.
And said, I've won 2 Super Bowls. And of those 2 Super Bowls that I won, each time we didn't make the playoffs the next year. Why is that? Because you're thinking about the past too much. Bill Belichick, I remember him holding up the Lombardi Trophy after they won the Super Bowl one time. And he barely smiling. He mentions how they had a disadvantage because other teams had already started preparing for the draft and preparing for the next season. That he felt like he was behind while holding the Super Bowl trophy. That's the mentality of a champion. And these players have to be the same way, but in the opposite. You went 4-8 last year. You learn from what you did wrong. You try to avoid some of the same pitfalls, but you're moving forward. You're looking forward. And I understand fans will have to deal with those emotions of disappointment from last season. I get it. But this football team, they have to treat this season, this team, like a brand new football team. And they are. All right. At 9 o'clock, we'll have on another guest to talk about West Virginia a little bit, get a close-up look on West Virginia. Let's go back to the phones, and let's see who we got there. Oh, yeah. We got TC in Athens. TC, man, good morning.
What's up there, Showtime?
What's up, man? Explain yourself being the last person yesterday to tell Volstone happy birthday. Explain yourself, TC.
Oh, no. You got it all wrong, brother. I was the first person for 2019.
Yes.
See, I'm always at the head of the class, brother.
That's right.
Sitting in the back.
That's right, man. That's a good way to think about TC. That's why you the man.
Yes, sir. And it's just good to be on here for Showtime, baby. Got Showtime on the phone, showing off his new threads, getting ready for Paul, Fine, Bomb.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go. Got my orange right there. But my polo that I'm wearing on the Fine Bomb show, it's actually at Turkey Creek on the hall. So don't go over there.
Who puts a polo on layaway? What in the world?
I didn't put it on layaway, man.
You big time, baby.
I didn't put it on layaway, man. I didn't put it on layaway. See, what had happened was they didn't have my size at the paper mill location. They didn't have an extra medium.
Yeah.
I was looking for an extra medium. So I asked the young lady, I said, do y'all have an extra medium in this shirt? And they go, no, but we can hold the extra medium at the Turkey Creek location.
You know why they ran out of extra mediums, right?
Because Charlie bought all of them before he went on vacation.
Correct.
Yeah, Charlie bought all of them.
And who goes on vacation the week of the daggone first game, man? What's up with that?
Hey, man. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, TC.
See, what had happened was...
the Swain Event's the radio show, man. We not a PR team. We not Dan Woken. I can't Dan Woken in this situation. I can't offer any PR for Charlie here. I agree with you, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh, man.
2 years ago.
Before he was on the show.
That's funny. This game was scheduled for that. But anyway,
Good point, TC.
Let's talk a little bit here.
Let's do it.
There's a few things I'm excited to see and a few things I'm a little nervous about this Saturday. So I'd like to get your take. One, things I'm excited to see. One, I'm excited to see an offensive line that actually fires off the ball and tries to move somebody. All right? We ain't seen that in a while. Number two, I'm excited to see a well-coached secondary. Guys that may actually even turn around when the ball's in the air and try to locate the ball and maybe make a play on it.
Wow, that would be a sight to see right there, TC.
What a concept.
Man.
Actually try to get an interception.
I know, it's craziness, I know. And so those are a couple things I'm excited to see. There's more, but those are two of the main things that jump out at me. A couple of the things I'm a little nervous about, if this is a close game, and let's say it comes down to a field goal, I'm nervous. We haven't seen our field goal kickers be consistent at all in the last – I can't remember the last time we had a consistent field goal kicker, to be honest with you.
James Woolhoyt.
Yeah, I guess so. When they trotted out there, you're like, all right, baby, we about to put at least 3 on the board right here, not even think about it, not worry about it. And obviously we're breaking in a new punter as well, so I'm a little nervous about the special teams.
Yeah. Yeah, Pastor TC, you are the pastor of the First Volunteer Missionary Baptist Church that you can listen and watch the broadcast every Sunday on YouTube. I mean, TC, you do lead that church, and we still paying for that jet so you can go around and dropping vol nuggets on the good people around the world. You are the pastor, but I don't want to pray every single time, TC, the field goal kicker lines up to kick the ball. Like, not every time.
Man. I've been so daggum good the last few years praying for them boys. I need a break.
Yeah, I don't want to pray after every single attempt. Come on, kickers, help us out here.
Oh, man. So that's definitely one of my concerns. Another concern is switching over to from a 4-3 to a 3-4. It just seems like, everything I've ever seen, man, it takes a good year to learn that system, man. And the first year, it just seems like there's all kinds of running gaps, man, in the 3-4 system when that first year that's being implemented.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous about that. And then the other thing is, man, it is, Jeremy Pruitt, man, he's first-year head coach. And not at Tennessee, first-year head coach, period. And there's a learning curve there, man. Time management or clock management, that is. And so, I'll be keeping an eye on that. And I expect him to make some rookie mistakes. But hopefully these guys are coached well enough we can overcome them and come home with a victory on Saturday, my man.
I like it, man. TC, my polo's not on layaway, man.
TC was throwing shots at everybody.
Alumni Hall, they don't even do that.
You know you were getting them steamed. Probably had them send them to the cleaners. Got to get ready for
Pow. No, man.
Pow coming for you.
No, I don't. No, it's already wrinkle free.
But you gotta unwrinkle.
That shirt will not even touch my bag. It's gonna be hanging up in the car by itself,
next to the kids.
Away from the kids, on its own hanger. I'm gonna pick out the best hanger in my closet. I'm putting that polo on. I'm ready for.
If you want to chop it up with the fellas, call the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline at 865-200-5503.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfer's or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. 1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the back-to-school sale at Better Mattress happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The back-to-school bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress back-to-school bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with the representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Pass downfield is complete. That's Swain. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. Touchdown.
All right, we are joined by Chris Anderson, who covers West Virginia for 24/7 Sports here on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Chris, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
247, y'all are famous for the crystal ball predictions where you predict where recruits will go. Are you predicting maybe a game that both teams will score with 30 points? Are you predicting that?
I have been on record. Vol Twitter has already gotten a hold of my prediction. I predicted a 40-31 win for West Virginia. So it's on the record. There's no backing down now.
Why? Why do you feel like at the end of the day West Virginia will have more points than Tennessee? You cover this football team. You know their strengths. Why do you feel that way?
I think, one, there's going to be a nice mismatch for West Virginia at the receiver-cornerback matchups. Tennessee's pretty young there. West Virginia has two of the best returning receivers in the entire country, in David Sills and Gary Jennings. And then, of course, they have Will Greer, arguably the best quarterback in the country, coming back. And I've seen through the years, I've seen the teams with the bad quarterbacks and how bad it can get. And I've seen the teams with the good quarterbacks and how a good quarterback can cover for the other issues a team may have. And so I think it really just comes down to West Virginia has a special quarterback. Tennessee has, question mark. I don't even know. Nobody seems to know who's going to start there. But West Virginia has a special quarterback and a nice mismatch for his weapons.
Yeah, tell Dana Holgerson that Orr is starting at quarterback.
Boy, he hates depth charts as it is. So now that this has become a thing, I'm sure he's just thrilled.
Chris, you mentioned that you got West Virginia winning a close game, and you're going to take the experienced wide receivers and Will Greer, and I totally understand why you would do that. But for this to be a close game, that means it's going to be some ups and downs. It's going to be some momentum switches between West Virginia and Tennessee's going to have some high moments too. If both teams are going to score 30-plus points, that means Tennessee's going to have some really good moments too. Where do you see Tennessee having these good moments against West Virginia, maybe as we point to some of their weaknesses?
Well, I think, again, the big question marks for West Virginia are at defense and, again, at cornerback. That's the question, I guess, for both teams. The Mountaineers only have 5 healthy scholarship cornerbacks on the entire roster right now. Only one of them, Hakeem Bailey, has seen a meaningful snap at the FBS level, and he was the starter last year and lost his job due to poor play. So that's not an ideal situation for West Virginia. I know there's, Tennessee's going to be breaking in some new receivers. Not sure who's starting quarterback, but I think that they'll be able to bust a couple big plays on West Virginia and get a couple, as you said, momentum swinging, long plays, a couple touchdowns here and there. And then I also am concerned for West Virginia with special teams. That's been the bane of their existence for the last 5 years. And I think it might rear its ugly head again, especially that first game jitters. There might be a big play that really gives Tennessee a short field or something.
West Virginia seems to be breaking in a new defensive line with Kenny Bigelow and Jabril Robinson transferring in. And talking to the coaches, how comfortable are they with their revamped defensive line, and just how important is that to the defense's success this season?
Well, last year West Virginia's defensive line just got gashed by the run game, and part of that was because they were smaller. Their starting nose tackle was a true freshman that weighed about 280 pounds. Their defensive end, Reese Donahue, who's still in the mix this year, was a defensive end at about 245. Now Donahue's up to about 280. Then you got Bigelow over 300, Jabril Robinson, the Clemson grad transfer, who's pushing 290. Ezekiel Rose, who took over the starting job towards the end of last year at defensive end, is about 290. So it's all of a sudden you've gone from maybe an average weight of about 270, 260 on the defensive line to closer to 300, about 290 or so. So I think that it's a beefed up but still just as athletic defensive line.
I like it. I like it for Tennessee. West Virginia certainly has some weapons on the outside. How do you think West Virginia will be able to run the football with their offensive line? I know they had some really good moments last year, had some tough moments last year. You got to protect your prized possession, which is Will Greer passing the football. If he's going to exploit these matchups on the outside, he's going to have protection. He's going to have a running game that's going to keep the defense off balance, and he's going to have, again, that time to throw the ball to the wide receivers. How is the West Virginia offensive line?
Hit or miss, depending on which way you look at it. Pass protection, they were great last year. I believe they only gave up 19 sacks throughout the entire year, which the rate, not even counting play calls, was like per game rate was top 25 in the country. And then you consider how often West Virginia throws. That's pretty remarkable. However, their run blocking was horrid, especially right up the middle. And in West Virginia's offense, that's where they do a lot of their running. They like to spread everybody out real wide and then run the ball right up the gut. And the interior offensive line last year struggled with that. And that led to a lot of, instead of getting 6-7 yards on a first down run up the gut, it led to a lot of 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. And West Virginia ended up with one of the worst third down offenses in the entire country. So that's a point of emphasis for this team, fixing that run blocking in the middle, especially against a team like Tennessee who, I'm not sure how experienced that defensive line is, but I've seen these kids, I've seen them as recruits, and this kind of goes across the entire roster. I know the talent's there at Tennessee, and the experience, I think, has got to get there. The coaching is going to be better. But West Virginia's going to have to find a way to block these big, talented defensive linemen.
Will Greer has a lot of weight on his shoulder on Saturday. The Heisman talk, going back to Charlotte to play, I think that he's going to want to prove that he can still beat SEC teams considering what happened at Florida. Do you see Will Greer getting rattled at all on Saturday or at all this season?
It's something that I've considered. I mentioned it in my little preview. I got real specific about how I saw it breaking down, and I said he might get a little too excited, try to do too much. We saw it last year. Instead of just hitting the short intermediate routes for chunk yardage and get a first down, he wanted to get 3 touchdowns in one throw. And I think you might see a couple plays like that, especially to start the game on Saturday. But Dana Holgorsen doesn't feel that way. When he was asked about, say, the Heisman campaign that West Virginia's run, the first one that they've really pushed for in years, he said that he wouldn't do it if he didn't think Will could handle that kind of pressure. And he says that he's been groomed since he was a young kid, coach's kid, for this exact scenario. So the feeling inside the program is that nerves are not an issue for Will Greer.
What's this fan turnout going to be for West Virginia fans? We see them on TV, and man, they're rabid. They're burning couches, burning things, tailgating. Probably, eating squirrels and raccoons to tailgate. Totally joking. What's the fan turnout going to be there at Charlotte for West Virginia fans?
I think it's going to be good. Yeah. Outside of Washington, D.C., Charlotte is, I believe, the biggest alumni base for West Virginia. So I think there's going to be a great turnout. It's not that far of a drive for fans coming from WVU. Morgantown is the furthest point in or basically the furthest point in the state, and that's probably about 6 hours away. So 6 hours and in for most people that live in state. Mm-hmm. It'll be a good turnout. Tennessee, I think, is going to outnumber them, but it won't be 3 or 4 to 1, anything like that.
Gotcha.
Dana Holgorsen has spent the last couple of weeks kind of mentioning that Tennessee has received an advantage in terms of they received more practice time, and then on Monday on his radio show talking about the oars on the depth chart. Is that Dana Holgorsen's personality, where he kind of likes to point things like that out, or is this something new?
Yeah, well, the oar thing, he was just joking about all of that because he was getting a hard time about putting oars on his own depth chart. Mm-hmm. So he was making a joke about that, but I think the practice time thing does bother him, the extra practice time. And that is something he does, where he will just have a press conference and then just kind of casually mention something that bothers him. He did it with the facilities over the last few years, just discussing something completely different, and then all of a sudden just start talking about how West Virginia's facilities were near the bottom in the Big 12. And then a couple years later, West Virginia gets a complete overhaul of their football facility. So it works for him. I'm not sure what the end game is on, the practice time comments, but that is something he is known to do. Yeah.
We know how important Will Greer is, and Chris Anderson covers West Virginia for 247 Sports. Joins us here on the Swain event. We know how important Will Greer is, but this is a football game where you have 11 guys on offense, defense, special teams. This is the ultimate team game. It's going to take other guys stepping up and making plays and doing their job other than Will Greer. Give me a player on defense that needs to have a really good game for West Virginia to win.
Well, I guess one of those cornerbacks has to step up, but they So I think that falls on Hakeem Bailey, who's going to be, they're going to lean on. David Long is the one that everybody's going to know, linebacker, one of the highest rated linebackers in the country per Pro Football Focus. But, everybody knows what he's going to do. He's going to have to step up, and that defensive line too, just to help out the rest of the back half.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Chris made his prediction. He got West Virginia, and hey, it's a pick that I understand. Will Grier is a stud. He's been a stud ever since he started playing college football. We saw him at Florida. He was calm. He was cooled. He made big plays there in the late moments against Tennessee and beat Tennessee. So you better have respect for Will Grier. You better have respect for those guys on the outside because they can put some points up on you quick, fast, and in a hurry. So totally understand why West Virginia is getting the nod for a lot of people. Chris, man, we look forward to maybe seeing you there in Charlotte, meeting you, and really appreciate you joining the show. And here in a few weeks, we'll have you back on and talk about the basketball matchup.
All right, excellent. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, thank you, Chris. Chris Anderson. I love it. I love
this week for picking against Tennessee. We haven't had a guest on this week that has picked Tennessee to win.
I did not ask Austin Price.
Well, he picked
his pick. Now in the locker room, he picked Tennessee to cover. It was so much time from Sunday to Saturday that he didn't make his pick on TV. I made my pick on TV. I didn't make a score prediction, but I do think Tennessee will win. And I thought that Sunday on the locker room.
About a month ago.
No, I didn't. I just didn't believe all the hype from West Virginia. But I feel like Tennessee's gonna win this game. I felt like that for about 2 weeks. We gotta get Austin's pick on the record. And according to Chris Lowe, Austin Price does the best Jeremy Pruitt impersonation. So maybe I can get Austin to come on here and give us his best Jeremy Pruitt. Maybe we'll see. 865-200-5503. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
There is a 50% chance of rain today, mainly afternoon, partly sunny with a high of 88 and a low of 70. Tomorrow, the chance of showers decreases to 40%, partly sunny with a high of 87 and a low of 68. Saturday, there is a 20% chance of precipitation with a high in the mid to upper 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement, or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call Be-Dry. Reach out to Be-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be-Dry.
Having surgery can be scary, and having to navigate around a massive medical center can be even more overwhelming. Fortunately, the Premier Office-Based Surgery Center in Knoxville offers a convenient and affordable option for surgical care. Our skilled surgeons and friendly staff treat you just like family. Everything at our state-certified accredited center is designed with your comfort in mind, and Premier offers flat fee, package pricing for basic gallbladder and hernia procedures. Visit PremierSurgeryPackages.com for more details. The Premier Office-Based Surgery Center. Surgical expertise you can trust.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
All right, let's get to by Dead End Barbecue. Today's lunch special is the Bernie Mac, which is the pimento mac and cheese skillet topped with Dead End's famous burnt ends, a generous portion of the pimento mac and cheese, and then you get the spicy wing sauce that is garnished right over the top of those burnt ends. Oh my goodness, I might have to go check that out today, man.
I tell you what, if it's anything like what's the official term, the chicken finger sandwich, is that what they're calling it?
Mm-hmm.
If it's anything like that, it's phenomenal. The sauce that they put on the chicken finger sandwich, you and I went on, what was it, Tuesday?
Yep.
Was phenomenal.
Yep.
Had me daydreaming about it later on that day.
Yeah, that hot honey sauce is good stuff. Let's get to Mike, who is calling in from Atlanta. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Wonderful. Good to hear from you, Mike.
You too, man. So listen, SEC Network's got me fired up this morning.
Uh-oh.
I'm watching the SEC Now show a little bit ago before I left the house. And Dari Noka and Tony Barnett and Gene Chizik. And they're talking about quarterback battles. And they get to us. And all three of them say, Jared Garantano, in last year's offense was atrocious. It's going to be Killer Chris, somebody with experience, because David Shaw says he's an NFL quarterback. Then Gene Chizik pipes up and says, we've only got one offensive. He said, it's no secret. Tennessee's offensive line is the worst in the SEC. They've got one good player. They don't have any proven running back. They have a couple of playmakers on the outside, but it's going to be tough to get the ball to them. But pretty much, and then he ended by saying, whoever the quarterback is, it's going to be tough sledding for most of the year.
That just tells me they haven't done a lot of research.
I mean,
man,
whoa.
There is no journalistic integrity.
Let's say this, Mike, because Gene Chizik, he is a championship coach, and he has coached at a high level on defense. And what he's seeing on film is a team from last year, and I'm sorry, I haven't seen him at practice. So he's going on based on what he knows. There's a lot of guys in new spots. Jameer Johnson's going to be a guard. Dominic Ward-Anderson, tight end. Brandon Kennedy, grad transfer center. I don't think they know about these newcomers. They don't know what to expect from them.
And that is my point exactly. I don't know how these guys can sit up there and do their job. Tony Barnett's been on campus. You know, he said he went through a tour of kind of like Chris Lowe. You know, goes and looks at all the. But it's just like, how do you sit there and say that when all of us? I'm not saying we're going to be world beaters, but I don't think we're going to be, you know, miserable the entire year. I think there's some talent. I think there's some guys, and you would think that all those guys know, especially Gene Chizik, and he's probably in that situation at Auburn. These guys quit last year. They weren't playing football. They didn't want to be out there. I was at that Georgia game, and that's when I quit watching that team because that team had quit.
Yeah, and that's what
this isn't the same team.
Yeah, that's what they're judging this team off of, based on last year's dysfunction and how those guys just hated football, didn't want to play. They're judging this team this year from that team last year, and they're not factoring that stuff in. And
to me, that's so lazy.
Yes, I don't care about the long-term outlook of this football team right now, because, and Gene should know this, you change from week to week. You're going to change. You're going to evolve. You're going to develop. You may take a couple steps forward. You may take a couple steps back. You're not going to stay the same from week to week. As you go through a season, you're going to have injuries. You're going to have guys who develop. You're going to have guys who feel more comfortable. You're going to have other teams that game plan you more and know your tendencies. So you're going to change. The one thing you don't want to do is peak too early. There's going to be a lot of football teams around the country that's going to look like national champions in week 4, week 5, week 6. You don't want to peak too early. You want to peak late in the season. So you're going to change and evolve. I'm worried about Saturday. I'm worried about this team Saturday. I don't know how we're going to look next week or 2 weeks from next week against Florida. I don't know. I don't really care. I want us to go out there, play our hearts out, execute, play Tennessee football, and then go out and correct the mistakes and not make the same mistakes later on in the season. And if we run up against a team that physically is just better after we have corrected those mistakes made in the first 2 or 3 games, then, hey, man, so be it. That's why you got to go recruit.
80% of the expected contributors on offense are different. A new tight end in Dominic Wood-Anderson, Jameer Johnson at left guard and Riley Locklear, Brandon Kennedy at center, Ryan Johnson at right guard and maybe Jerome Carvin. You've got Josh Palmer stepping up. Jared Guarantano, I'm going to consider him an all-new person in an actual offensive system. And then at running back, you got Tim Jordan and Mondre London and Ty Chandler taking a bulk of the loads that he didn't receive last year. And that's not including a guy like Cedric Tillman or Jordan Murphy that may step up. And you get Juwan Jennings back, who you didn't have last season.
You know, Mike, it's one thing to disagree with those guys, but it's another thing when you don't understand why they came up with their conclusion. And I understand why they came up with their conclusion. I get it. There's sometimes that these analysts make picks and they offer commentary, and you're like, how did you even get there? Like, how did you get that? Well, I can't say that about these guys because I understand that they looked at the 4-8 team of last year and saw how pathetic we were and how pathetic, how poor we went out there and competed. We didn't compete for 4 quarters for the season. And in 2016, how we had some issues with some internal things. Like, they are judging this team off of the past. There's a new AD. There's a new coaching staff. There's new trainers. There's a new strength coach.
There's new doctors.
I mean, a strength coach molds the personality of your football team. Have y'all seen Craig Fitzgerald? You think that Craig Fitzgerald's going to let this football team go out there and play uninspired?
Heck no.
When Louisville was running off at the mouth, they got players out there. I don't know why Louisville.
They need to be drug tested.
I don't know why those Louisville players feel confident enough to publicly give Bama bulletin board material. It's one thing to internally talk your trash. Feel confident because you're supposed to feel confident. You can't enter a game thinking you're going to lose. So I have no problem with Louisville players feeling confident. But you got to understand something. You don't poke the bear. You don't give a team bulletin board material. You don't give them added motivation. You want them to overlook you. But it's by Petrino. So Bobby has told people things over the years that hasn't been true. So I guess his players believe him too, that they're really going to beat Alabama. That you can talk trash and not pay for it. That's what they look for. Alabama looks for bulletin board material. And I guarantee you that when Louisville players were talking all that trash, Scott Cochran was like, oh, yeah, perfect. This is the same strength coach who took a runner-up trophy and smashed it in the weight room to send a message to his football program that second ain't good enough. We either champions or we bust. You think Craig Fitzgerald is going to let these boys go out there with a weak mindset and not compete and not be tough? I just don't see it. We paid this dude $600,000 this year, and then we threw in another $600,000 with the weight room renovations. So we just invested $1.2 million in Craig Fitzgerald, and you don't think he's going to not mold the attitude and mentality of this football team? I don't believe that. Now, we may make some mistakes, may have some turnovers. That's another story. But to judge this team from their emotion, their approach, their love of the game, to judge them from last year, I don't get that, man. It's totally different culture, totally different coaches coaching these guys.
They're 100% basing this upcoming season off of last season. And Gene Chizik, Greg McElroy, I enjoy listening to their commentary. I think they do a great job. It is hard to know everything about every single SEC team, every college football team across the country, and have a well-informed opinion on each one. It is very hard just because there's only 24 hours in a day and so much going on. But this seems like a lack of looking into Tennessee and looking behind the telescope, so to speak, and digging in and really figuring out what went wrong. They're basing their upcoming predictions off of last season, and that's not right because as you have just laid everything out, it's a totally different football team, a football program.
I can disagree, and this is where we gotta, I think, get better as sports fans. You can disagree with somebody, and not like rip them to shreds and question their credibility and all that stuff. When you are able to find out and understand why they had that take. Like, I understand why Gene Chizik feels that way about Tennessee. Like, I get it. It's not like Skip Bayless who says, LeBron James is not even that good. What? Oh, Aaron Rodgers, he's not that good. What? Like, that is commentary that deserves ridicule. That's commentary where you say, man, this dude's on drugs. Like, what is he talking about? Like, I understand that. I understand folks who come at Skip Bayless because he says a bunch of stuff that just don't make sense. Like, he's still ripping LeBron. Really? I mean, the dude's a champion. Like, I mean, you can't rip him as a player. The dude is great. He's one of the greatest players of all time. You can't question that. You can't question Aaron Rodgers and how great he is. But I understand why it's safe. It's safe to look at Tennessee from afar. They're not me. They're not a person who goes to practice. They're not a Wes Rucker or Callahan or a Patrick Brown, Grant Ramey, Brett Hubbs, Austin Price, Jesse Simonton, Rob Lewis. They're not those guys. So they have a better understanding of this Tennessee football program than even the dudes who make the big bucks on television because they follow Tennessee each and every day. You know, Chris Anderson, he don't know who's starting the quarterback. I mean, the people who cover Tennessee every day know. We know who's starting the quarterback.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
Well,
some would say Killer Christ, even though he'd be lucky to be
according to their
second team.
According to their
sources. Give them credit for that source.
Yeah, my sources said Killer Christ. Whatever.
But I want credit for that.
That's my point, though. Like, I understand why some from the outside who's covering Tennessee from a 20,000-foot view is looking at Tennessee going, you know what, man, it's safer to pick West Virginia. You know, a lot of new. Didn't see a lot of explosion last year. But you know it's there. It's there. We saw it against Georgia Tech. Like, we saw this football team defensively, even though they got gashed playing against a Georgia Tech team, against a offense that you dread playing. We had some guys make some plays. Darrell Taylor, Daniel Batula. We had some guys make some plays in that game. They show their ability to change the football game. And then offensively, you saw Marquez Callaway. That's there. He possesses that. Whatever you're talking about, West Virginia's wide receivers, that's great. And they deserve that credit. They deserve that recognition. But Marquez Callaway, he possesses big play potential. I mean, big play, big play.
Big play ability.
Juwan Jennings does too. Like, he deserves that credit too because he's done it in his career. But guess what? They didn't see enough of it last year. So they think they're not going to see it this year.
It's as if they kind of looked at the SEC standings from last season at the beginning of the summer. They saw Tennessee went 4-8 and just kind of crossed them off. All right, let me move on to a South Carolina team that should be good this season and just didn't put a whole lot of research into Tennessee. That's what it appears to me, because it's kind of like what we do with Vanderbilt and Kentucky. We just write them off based off what they did last season.
A team that's getting a brand new coach, a team that is didn't have a quarterback solidified during the spring. You had a quarterback battle. A team that has to reach the JUCO and the grad transfer route to bring in players. Those teams are not supposed to win against a preseason top 17 team. But that's why you have coaching. And coaching is going to shine bright in this football game. All you heard about practice is that it's a classroom. Coaching is going to stand out. And I know if Tennessee wins, the coaches are going to give the credit to the players like they should. But we're going to see what preparation on both sides of the football from a coaching staff is supposed to be. And if it's not, then we're going to see it too on Saturday because we know Tennessee has the talent. Now, here's a factor that we need to mention, and that's the weather. So it's supposed to be around 90 degrees, scattered thunderstorms, and a 40% chance of rain. Weather.com. So let's get to the phones, and then we'll come back and touch on a little bit of the weather because that will be a factor if it rains. Let's get to Neil and Mafia. Neil and Mafia, good morning.
Good morning. Gentlemen, it appears to me that some folks they're kind of still doubting us. It seems like some folks think that, this West Virginia offense is the second coming of Joe Montana throwing to Terrell Owens, Megatron, and Jerry Rice.
It seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, the Mafia is, I'm a man for the people. And today I'm the people's caller, Swain. So I'm going to get on my motorcycle. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to head east. I'm from West Tennessee, so I'm going to head east. And I'm rolling east through Nashville, where I'll first tip a little wave toward Nissan Stadium, and I'm going to roll a fart towards Vanderbilt. Then the Mafia is going to keep rolling on, and he's going to hit exit 389. Y'all know where exit 389 is. I'm going to go down there by the river. I'm going to take off my helmet, and I'm going to spend just a few minutes staring at the eyeball of God himself, Neyland Stadium. Then I'm going to go on to the Tri-Cities and hit I-26 southbound, and that's when I'll first see him. All those West Virginia fans, also southbound, Cousin Eddie's, RV tenements on wheels, the methadone caravan. In short, the worst cousin-loving, sister-humping, snaggletooth trailer park crash the Mafia has ever seen. Leaning out windows with their jaws hanging down and their wife's boobs hanging even lower. They're staring, Swain. They're staring at that beautiful orange tea flying in the breeze on my motorcycle, and they're thinking, maybe we really don't want none. Maybe these Vol boys, maybe they are the truly bad. And then they start blubbering and whining, country roads, West Virginia, with the tears rolling down their face and the yellow pee rolling down their leg. The Mafia, Swain. I'm going to do a donut in front of Bank of America Stadium. And when that first POS West Virginia fan vehicle pulls in, I'm just waiting for that first blue jersey, that first gold jersey to step off that RV. And when it does, the Mafia is going to either knock him down or her up. Woo! Swain, my friend, when you go on Paul Feinbaum, I want you to send a message out to the Pat Fords and the Dan Walkins and the Kurt Herbstreets, that whether they like it or not, they better learn to love it. Because the Vols are back, and it's the best thing they're going to see this weekend, Jack. Woo! Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Kneeling Mafia, folks. Kneeling Mafia. Wow.
I have no words. That was beautiful and amazing.
Kneeling Mafia. Nothing else needs to be said. I think it's time we should go to break.
It is time to go to break.
I have nothing else to say. I think we should go to break and let everyone just think about that phone call. What a phone call from Kneeling Mafia. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center, lowtcenter.com. Web of rain. It is Thursday. As both teams prepare for this? Have you prepared for this? West Virginia? You like putting the ball in the air? Tennessee? You probably want to run the football. Are you prepared for thunderstorms? Are you prepared for rain? Maybe stoppage in the middle of the game because of lightning. Who knows? Hour 3 continues after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hey, Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the back-to-school sale at Better Mattress happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The back-to-school bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress back-to-school bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with the representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. Or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain event app.
I don't know what part of Kneeling Mafia's call was my favorite. I don't know if it was the part where he said he was going to get off on exit 389 and referred to Nina Stadium as the eyeball of God himself. I don't know if it was that part. I don't know if it was the part where he said that the West Virginia fans' jaw be hanging low and the women's bosoms will be hanging lower. I don't know if it was that part. Or the part where he says he's going to do donuts in front of Bank of America Stadium. But I know one thing. That was the call.
Of the week.
Of the week.
Maybe of the month.
That was beautiful.
And with that said, I want to challenge folks to up that call tomorrow. Tomorrow's game day. Turkey Man, TC, Vol Nation.
Don't put pressure on Turkey Man like that.
Nealon Mafia, can you one-up yourself? Well, we need the best of the best tomorrow. It's game day. Fred's going to be on. I know Swain's going to be jacked up. I know Fred's going to be jacked up. I'm going to be jacked up.
I'm composed, though, man. I'm composed. I do understand that if Tennessee doesn't get pressure on Will Grier, that Tennessee could lose this game. I understand that. I'm not on here hyping folks up to try to get people pumped and thinking that Tennessee's going to win and that there's no chance Tennessee will lose. Because if Tennessee does not get pressure on Will Grier, if they turn the football over, if they don't run the football, then Tennessee's going to lose. Tennessee's going to lose the game. No doubt about it. That is a possibility. And when you have the weather that now can be a factor, how do you take care of the football? If it's stoppage. Remember the Oregon game here where Tennessee came out and really punched Oregon in the mouth and had some momentum.
Then a lightning delay.
And then you had the lightning delay. And then Oregon went in there. I don't know what they did, but they figured out that they were a lot better than how they were playing, and they came out and smashed us. The Super Bowl a couple years ago when the 49ers and the Ravens were playing, and the 49ers was playing very, very well. Then you had the power outage. And that stopped the momentum. The Ravens took advantage of that in the second half and won the Super Bowl. I've been through a stoppage in play. 2006 happened against Marshall. Didn't matter because Marshall was trash. Sorry, bad example. but went through stoppage. It happened.
I mean, you saw just a couple years ago under Butch Jones, the Bowling Green game when they played at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
Stoppage, and Tennessee wasn't all that crisp after the weather delay.
Well, that's because Bowling Green was bombs over Baghdad, but you still had Hurd and Kamara and Dobbs. You still was cooking, but that could be a factor. 40% chance of rain. That hurts West Virginia more than it hurts Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a doubt about it. Now, the advantage West Virginia will have if it rains is the wide receivers. You know where you're going. The DBs don't. So if you're playing off coverage in the rain, I don't know if I like that. Because now you have to flip your hips and change directions in a split second, and the receiver knows where he's going, and he has a running start. That's the only advantage a wide receiver has when it rains is, okay, you know where you're going, they don't. But the ball's slippery. You're in shotgun. The margin of error is bigger on West Virginia. So that means I need to get me a poncho at the Alumni Hall.
I was just thinking about that in my head because the last time it rained during a Tennessee football game, I was drenched. That LSU monsoon was absolute. Swain,
bring your monsoon.
No, do not wish that.
Yes.
Look,
it's gonna help Tennessee win. Bring it.
I don't know. LSU couldn't move the ball in that monsoon last year either. It didn't really matter who was playing. When you can't see, when you're the quarterback and you can't see the linebacker because it's raining so hard, that's a problem. Hey. Especially when you're from a fan perspective. Lord, sweet baby football Jesus, do not let it rain on Saturday. I'm fine with a sprinkle.
Come on, man.
I'm fine with a light rain.
It's going to help Tennessee if it rains.
A monsoon is not going to help.
Stop being selfish.
Hey, I said from a fan perspective.
Hey, from a fan perspective,
we
the
want
best outcome for your team is what matters more than anything.
Look, I'm telling you, take my advice. From somebody who sat through that monsoon last year and watched that travesty of a football game, we don't want that on our
Why was it a travesty? Only because Tennessee lost. That's why. That's it. If Tennessee won that game, it would have been well worth it. Well worth it. You know it.
Yeah, that's a good
Bring
point.
on the rain. I will go to Alumni Hall and buy me another polo.
But why does it have to be a monsoon? Why can't it be a light to medium rain?
Hey, man. Bring the rain on.
Tennessee couldn't even field the kickoff last year because they couldn't find the ball in the rain.
Don't feel it. Don't feel it.
Then it's going to be West Virginia's ball if they field it.
Yeah, don't feel it. No, it won't.
On a kickoff?
On a kickoff, yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Don't let them score.
Fair enough.
You don't have to worry about that.
But it was the opening kickoff to the second half. Just don't have a halftime.
Hey,
just keep playing through halftime.
Let it bounce, fall on it. Whatever. Catch it. Fair catch it. Get two guys over there and catch it together.
Hey, the sad fact. Catch it. They were trying to fall on it. They just couldn't.
Speaking of trying, let me share a tweet with you I just got. Where we were joking around about the whole Alumni Hall and buying some gear for the Paul Finebaum show. Check this tweet out. You talking about trying. This is a tweet I got. The bigger question is why does someone who promotes the University of Tennessee so well need to purchase UT gear for an appearance on the national stage? Really? Really, man?
He just wants to freshen up.
That's your tweet. That's what you want to send? You trying to imply that I don't have Tennessee gear? That I need to get Tennessee gear to make an appearance? That I don't already have Tennessee gear? Really? Is that what you trying to imply?
Bye, Felicia.
Are you kidding me?
As somebody who spends every weekday morning at Jason Swain's house, I can vouch for him that he has more Tennessee gear than the gear that he bought at Alumni Hall last night.
Yeah, I think my wife will agree with me. I got more stuff than her. I got way more stuff than her. She's trying to get me to purge things. It ain't happening. I did a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but I got more clothes in my closet than my wife. Okay, that joke was terrible. That joke was butt booty terrible.
Yes, that was very bad. Robert C. on the text box, he says, "I hope it pours. Better for Tennessee."
Yes,
I was at the LSU game in the monsoon. I didn't melt. The fans will survive. They aren't made of Charmin.
That's right. That's right.
It's calling me soft.
Bring on the ponchos.
Nacho said, "Figure you just had Duke gear instead."
I do have 2 Duke items. I have a Duke shirt, Duke football shirt, and a blue Duke pullover that was given to me by my good friend Gerald Harrison when he was at Duke, and now he's at Austin Peay, and I'm gonna have me some Austin Peay gear. Why? Because I support my friends.
Go Peas.
Yeah, go Peay.
Beat down Georgia on Saturday.
Go Peay. I support my friends. So as long as my friends are not in the SEC, I ain't wearing any SEC gear. Okay, I ain't doing that. But I will support Austin Peay. I'll support Duke. Out and about. But I haven't wore that stuff in a while. Talk about I don't have Tennessee gear. Man, I ought to block this fool on Twitter. But I don't block folks. That's weak. 865-200-5503. B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's take a look at the text box before we wrap up today's show. J.D. Harris says, Ben is crazy. Orange ponchos are cool.
Hey, I have about 3 orange ponchos in my apartment right now. I will rock one in a heartbeat if I have to.
Ryan says, what an epic phone call. Made my day. Don Vol says, if SEC Now guys are so down on UT, why are they so up on Florida when our records were the same last year? Good point. Z Hamilton VFL 23 says, what is TK Jr. status? TK is still recovering from that knee. I don't see him to be a huge factor in the first game. He's 3rd string on the depth chart. I think he's going to need a few more weeks before he is ready to go full speed. And that's perfect because we'll need him in the meat of the schedule. Tennessee, Levi says, you guys realize that the Vols had the number 3 pass defense last year, right? No, I didn't.
Well,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that stat.
I did know that. 2 things to that.
To
One,
be honest.
Justin Martin, Rashawn Gaulden, Emmanuel Mosley are no longer here. And 2, teams didn't pass the ball a lot on Tennessee last year because all they had to do was run it down their throat the entire game.
Hey, whatever stat Tennessee had last year
is irrelevant.
Goes out the door. I mean, it really does. Because last year was just so dysfunctional and such a mess. let's see. Vols Run It 14 says Medley had a better percentage than Will Hoyt, who is West Virginia's best defensive player. According to Chris Anderson, it seems like it's David Long is their best guy.
It's David Long is definitely the guy that's the best defensive player on that team. I mean, I guess a guy like Kenny Bigelow, Jabril Robinson, former 5 stars from USC and Clemson could be, but based off last season, it'd be David Long. Look, I know I'm down on the West Virginia defense. You're down on the West Virginia defense. David Long is a baller. He finds ways to make plays. I'm not going to knock him.
Listen, to really excel, you need your other 10 guys. Ray Lewis was a great player, but Ray Lewis had guys like Haloli Nata. He had other players that kept him free, able to roam, able to make those tackles. So, yeah, David Long is good, but Chris Anderson mentioned they had a true freshman playing at tackle and got gashed.
280.
They got gashed. Not because David Long wasn't good, because he didn't have a good supporting cast. So, sorry if I don't bow down to David Long because he don't have enough guys around him to stop the run consistently. You got to have good talent. You could be a great wide receiver, but if you don't have a guy throwing you the ball, you don't have protection, you're not getting the ball. So, that's why I'm like, yeah, well, you know, that's good for David Long. He's good, but how good can he be if the tackle's getting his butt kicked? Not that great. Now, he is certainly gifted. He's certainly equipped with talent and the tools to be successful, but it's going to take other guys on the defense to do their job too, period. They have a cornerback problem. They're talking about our cornerbacks being young against their receivers. They got 5 scholarship DBs. Okay, so what are you going to do if Tennessee goes 4 wides? So you're gonna play your 4th best DB on Juwan Jennings or Callaway or Brandon Johnson? Is that what we're doing?
Or Josh Palmer? I like Tennessee's.
Exactly.
Tennessee has an advantage in that situation.
So both teams have advantages. It's not like we are looking at Alabama playing Vanderbilt of last year and saying, okay, man, yeah, Alabama has an advantage in every area. We're not doing that. There's advantages for Tennessee. This game is going to come down to which team plays to their strength the most. West Virginia has enough strengths to beat Tennessee. Tennessee also has enough strengths to beat West Virginia. Who's going to blink? 12-round fight. Who's going to blink? That's what this game is going to come down to. Who's going to blink? Who's going to flinch? Who's going to wave the white flag? Who's going to tap the mat? Who's going to need a little break? That's what this game is going to come down to. And you know who builds that mentality? Strength coach. Strength coach. Didn't have a strength coach last couple of years. Has anyone talked about that on SEC Now? For how poor the strength coach was. Anybody talking about that? How the strength coach failed to mold the mentality of this football team. And how Craig Fitzgerald has done that everywhere he's been. Anyone talked about that? No, I didn't think so. I ain't heard it. Doesn't mean Tennessee's going to win. But I'm telling you, I think these guys are going to come out and fight. I do.
I would be shocked if they don't.
Tennessee loses because they make mistakes. It's because they don't put pressure on Will Grier. And that would be the reason. Don't put pressure on Will Grier. Turn the football over. Can't run the football. That would be the reason why Tennessee will lose this football game. Nealon Mafia is a legend. He is a legend. He made that clear today with his phone call. I will be pulling that phone call out of the podcast and posting that separately. That's how the Swain events fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. That is our time for today. Hope you have a great Thursday. Peace and love. We're out.